The Lost Cryptids. The Lost Cryptids Conservatory, where we will shatter your reality to bring you closer to the truth.
All right, guys, welcome back to another live show.
I think you missed
difficulties. I'm doing off the computer now, so got a bunch of stuff loaded up, ready to go. So we'll see how this turns out. So how you doing, James?
I'm doing all right.
We got the fellow Lost Cryptid member here, James. So we're gonna get into showing this clip I got of this red eye shine in Florida, and
yeah, you want to talk about what this live stream's about?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're gonna go over some of the evidence, and ask some questions and kind of critical think about it, and see what we can come up with, and we'll get into some other pieces of evidence, and see where it goes.
All right, let's get into it.
Let's get right into it. We'll just show the clip real quick, and then we'll start talking about it. So, I'm gonna make sure this is all ready to go and stuff. So,
I think I found the perfect one.
It's kind of being slow on my end, so I want to make sure it's all ready to go and not buffering on everyone else's end. But it seems to work better when people are watching it compared to when someone's hosting and doing the stuff.
There we go.
All right. So that looks pretty good. All right, so we're going to play this and go from there.
I don't think it's working.
It's not working for you, is it?
No, it's like paused right on the purple.
All right, people in chat, let me know if you guys will be able to watch this video, if it's buffering or having any issues.
I just heard the audio.
That's the only people it really matters to. If they can see it, yeah.
If take a look up on YouTube real quick.
And it's not. Yeah. Well, like I said, when you're streaming it and stuff, it seems like it is laggy on our end and stuff. But when people are watching it, hopefully, it's not any issue. So
it says streamer again. Central Florida Bigfoot saying streamer it's having issues tonight. Like it's frozen or something.
And that happens. Because they're upgrading the service and stuff. They're always kind of adding new stuff. So they are working on it constantly. So that is very true. All right, so let us know in chat. Is the video playing for you guys smoothly, or is it choppy? Is it able to play at all?
I don't think it's playing at all. I'm looking on YouTube right now. Looks like it's just frozen. Oh, nope, it's moving a little bit.
All right. Well, I'm gonna restart it. We'll do it one more time. If not, that's okay.
Yeah. Try to restart. If not, we'll just talk about stuff.
There's another way I can upload it separately.
Okay.
This is through like sharing, a share option. The other one is you upload it and you use it as a banner or whatever. So that's going to take a couple minutes probably to load this clip up.
All right. How was your day? Did you do anything interesting today?
Dad life. So.
Oh.
Yeah, hanging out with the kids is always fun. I actually did dive into some more audio and stuff that we got. It was pretty interesting. We got some good evidence that we're going to be from the UP expedition, but we're going to be waiting on all that until our buddy Jason Kenzie drops his documentary. And then there's some evidence that we got that I think it's going to be really good, and we can hopefully do the same thing. Analyze and look at them and try to figure out what exactly is going on. I was hoping that this would be working a little bit better, but that is okay.
Are you streaming on Facebook as well?
We'll get this other clip loaded up. No, not this time. Nope.
Oh, any reason?
The computer is hooked up differently than how my phone is. For some reason, it doesn't. It knows that it's this profile, but it doesn't allow access to that for some reason. And
oh, that's dumb.
Most of the time, I use my phone to host, then I use the computer to be a guest and stuff, and it usually works out. But I thought I would try these different options and hopefully play these videos a little bit better, but it happens. But we're going to get into the story basically of what happened, and I think a lot of people probably have seen the videos that I put out. And basically, when we get to this area, and we're down in Florida all week, and we did have interaction, and there was stuff going on, and other researchers were experiencing stuff. I know that there's quite a few evidence that it should be captured on thermals and audio. So when we got to this area, it was pretty much at the very end of the night. It was just three of us. It was myself, Josh Parsons, and Chad. And the goal of mine was we're going to try to get activity and stuff, but we're going to test this, this technique, and it involves basically one person falling behind or lagging behind as the other group goes forward. And then hopefully, at least some groups going to have interaction. And what ended up happening is, and you can see this in the raw footage, is basically we started hearing stuff and started following us. And when we started hearing stuff close by us, at one point Josh said, it's massive. It sounds like it's massive. It's right there. We continue to move on down this path. And because, if it's a regular animal, it's not going to follow you. Most animals will run away from you, humans, because they've been adapted to and know how humans sound in the woods by walking bipedally, how they smell with modern chemicals and all that. So most animals won't follow us.
I got a story today on that. I was hunting and I was in my blind, and a deer looked right in my eye and ran away. So yep, they spotted him and they run.
Well, a lot of exactly, because you know why? It's over. I mean, you got to think about it. Ever since we discovered the New World, we've been hunting and fur trading and slaughtered a lot of animals the last 200 years. And so they definitely know that humans are bad business. And that's exactly why, if you're having activity, and you think you're having activity in one spot, and if you move to 100 yards, 200 yards away, and you continue to have the same activity, it's not a typical animal behavior. And that's exactly what was happening. And now we're two different groups because there's one person who's farther behind, and there's me and Josh. And each group is actually having stuff happen around them. We're hearing stuff walk by us, and we're continuing down the trail. That's when we eventually get to the point where I filmed the red eye shine using it's a Psionics Aurora.
I actually have a question for you.
Okay.
Did the did you ever want to just go in right after it and see what it actually was?
Well,
or
yeah,
did you
of course,
hesitate because you saw how high up the eye shine was?
No, actually, I hesitated because before this, and this has already been put out there by I did film something crossing the trail, and the way I seen it, it looked like it crawled on all fours, very low to the ground, and it looked like a human type head whipped and looked at me. And we made eye contact, and then it bulldozes its way through these weeds, and it was on film. That was freaky. And then seeing this, it was intimidating, but we actually did end up going in there. And the raw footage that I put out, we actually go and stand to where it was about at, and there's nothing there. And as you can see, there's a tree that's smooth. Doesn't look like it has branches on it. It might have some branches, but behind that, it's a thicket. And we never heard it move away and stuff. But the behavior was odd and stuff because every time I was filming, I had an IR light attached to this camera, which is the Psionics Aurora. Now this shoots in 720p, and for night vision and thermal, that's pretty good. They make a pro model that's in, full HD, 180p. So it's actually just 720p. So although it's not that good, it's pretty good for night vision and all that. I was using an IR light attachment, which is why you have the purple color. And if you watch the raw footage, I turned that off, and we're using. We got red lights, hunting lights, that will actually show eye shine in a reddish orange color, because it's made to hunt coyotes, and it's designed to make eye shine look a certain way, which is not what you see on the film. But the camera itself is colored night vision, so it's producing the color based on what it sees through the light spectrum, and it's based on ambient light, so you can use it under starlight. But if it's not as good as, or if it's not as bright out, it's not going to be as good. In that 720p, it's really going to show and can kind of be pixelated. But if you have a really good full moon or a light or a IR light, then it looks very pretty clear. So that's pretty much about that camera. The battery was dying, and that's why unfortunately we had to stop, because you can't film and charge at the same time, which is essential because if you have to stop filming and you have to charge your device to get it back on and start filming again, then you're in a bad situation. So that's unfortunately is a downside about that model, and that's why we had to stop. But we had audio recorders going. There was a parabolic dish out there that was getting all this audio. So there is that. But when I seen it, it appeared to, and we're gonna show this video here soon when it loads up. It should be here. We got a zoomed in model, zoomed in video a little bit, and then, but So this is ready to go.
Well,
You hear me say in the video, it looks like it can see the IR light, because when I shine the IR light on it, that's when it would start kind of blinking and or maybe move its head or something. I'm not sure. It was just I could see it, and all of a sudden I wasn't able to see it, and it appeared to be moving a little bit.
well, as Rob said in the chat, that seems like a scary encounter.
Well, the reason why I kind of lean towards it being more of a possibility of a skunk ape or Sasquatch is because of the activity we had following this.
I think
the
it's because the
activity that
height
was
of it.
following us, and this eye shine was on the side of the trail that this movement and stuff we were hearing was on, following us. And so when we first started hearing it, we were at least 200 yards away, and Chad's back there and he's hearing stuff. We're hearing stuff, and then we keep walking and film this on the same side. And on top of the whole week of the 168, where where was activity, and I personally seen stuff on thermal. People were seeing stuff on thermal, and we went after stuff. There was DNA and eDNA collected, because we did get footprints and we did collect soil samples from that, and there was some hair found and stuff. So there is some evidence of that too. But from my personal experiences, hearing the stuff, getting yelled at, because you had Chad and Chris yelling at each other and fighting and bickering a bit, and this thing just yells. Okay, that's the same area where I had filmed a thing across the road. It's the same area where we had thought, me and Christopher Noel thought we were getting activity when we all meet up and stuff. The thing crosses the road from where me and Chris were, and later on they're bickering and stuff, and there's something yells, and on top of other stuff, and there's people who had something get thrown and hit their flashlight, get knocked out of their hand. I mean, so there's I believe there's audio of that for sure. The camera was right there. So all of that in the my personal experiences there, and witnessing people actually get sick and stuff. There was some weird stuff. I kind of lean towards it being a Sasquatch, and I might be wrong. Maybe this is an owl, like people are saying, and if it is an owl, then it's probably the first owl ever filmed on one of these psionics, and
With red
hopefully
eyes,
hopefully we can film owls with the psionics and IR light, because we can hopefully get a comparison, because that's what we really need is comparison shots. And I put the video out, put 3 videos out, put the short clip, and I put the raw footage of basically what happened before and after. And it's not much, because the camera and the battery are having issues at that night, unfortunately. But the 3rd video I put out is, the thoughts. And basically, I do go over what owls and nocturnal animals have. And there's their retinas and their tubetas, basically their ability to reflect and stuff, ambient light, and see. Owls are developed in a way similar to nocturnal primates, and that they're both very good and have excellent night vision. And something that has excellent night vision will typically give brighter light, eye shine and stuff. But there's a whole different set of factors when it comes to eye shine. Okay, because what the type of light you're using, the color light, the angle of the light. It even gets down to the nutrients of the animal, the mineral content, the species, and there could be variation within the species. This is known stuff within, deer and raccoon and even dogs and cats. Obviously you can get eye shine. So colors and stuff can be different based on a lot of different things.
Yeah, even like I
Well,
saw
that's what would need
Carrie.
to happen is
I saw
get
Carrie
the
got
same setup
in
and
Carrie's
film
documentary.
owls
In
and
Carrie's
try to get
document
the same.
in Carrie's doc, I saw that he mentioned that swatches aren't gonna appear the same color as like say one's that a dark fur color. It's not gonna appear that's gonna appear more green because of the scenery around it and the sun reflecting.
That's based off these translucent hairs and stuff, right? That people have and are showing under different light spectrums that seem to do different weird properties to the light itself.
Well, no, I was just gonna say it's
And that
based off more of
supposedly
the
when you have
surroundings
different shades
and the
of
sun hitting it.
right, because it's the light and color spectrums that's playing off the greenery off the foliage and
Yeah.
the different shades and stuff. Supposedly their hair can interact with the light that maybe makes them fuzzy or makes them harder for us to notice type of instead of a regular type of animal fur where if you spot a deer you can spot a deer and it doesn't have that type of properties. And yeah, actually where some of those and stuff that you're going to see in the next one, because there's a lot of stuff. Some of that was filmed from where we were camped at, and I was standing in those spots, and the areas they're pretty much set up to watch people, and that's what a lot of Sasquatches are doing. That, from my experience and what my opinion is, they're people watchers, and they watch us and watching the horses that were there
They get
and the young
amusement.
people that were there and interacting with the campers and the campgrounds and trying to spy on us for entertainment and see what kind of goodies they can get. And it's typical Sasquatch behavior, and it's all about how they interact with us for their survival. If they started being monsters and start killing everyone, there'd be a big problem. But they don't typically do that. There's people that go missing though, but they watch and they observe, and they're definitely evolved to do that. I mean, if you think about it, they've this common trait that they have is to always hide behind trees and watch. And if a thing evolves to do that, you get it hides behind stuff and gets a lot of opportunity because it watches everything coming in the woods and stuff. So we've had experiences since 168 where I've actually chased stuff. We've chased stuff, and it all regular animals again will run away. We start hearing stuff. Okay, let's move around. Let's move a couple hundred yards away. We start hearing stuff. Okay, let's go chase after it. Okay, all of a sudden we keep going down the trail. We hear it again. Chase after it again. We actually do get some interaction. We actually get stuff thrown at us and some other stuff. And up in the UP, we actually did get 2 Sasquatches that were looking behind a tree that presumably showed themselves to us. It was an incredible encounter, and so these creatures, do what they want. The situation is always dictated by them because they're natural survivalists in the woods. And
I kind of disagree on that. I think there's like a leader of the group that allows whatever to be done, I guess, around humans. It allows what
right.
the other ones can do.
There
I don't
seems
think they
to be
just
like
act on their own will.
Code of conduct, rules
Yeah.
of conduct governing human affairs, right? Because you would think if they have to be taught that, and because it's so universal. But we do have reports of them actually causing pretty bad terror to people. So let's look this video and let's keep talking about it
All right.
since it's ready to go.
Hopefully it works.
It should.
I got eye shine right in front of me. I said, there's eye shine right here, left of me. Directly left. One eyeball. No? I think it sees the IR light.
Hit it with the thermal. What is that?
It is directly left of us.
Well, the clip did play.
Yeah, it did. Didn't really play for me on my end. I could watch it on YouTube though. But
I'm gonna have to interrupt you real
let's
quick. We got a donation from Bigfoot, Michigan Rob. He donated $5.
well, thank you, Rob. I appreciate that. That's really nice of you. Michigan Rob's a good guy. He does a show. It's Trinity Paranormal Cryptid, I think, or I might be getting that wrong. He does it with Tex and Jason. They do a show. I'll put a link in the video and stuff. They're really good guys.
All right, sorry, continue.
No, that's all right. I'm going to play this other video that's zoomed in a little bit. There's no sound. And we'll go from there.
So the IR light wasn't actually picking up the light. You could see it without the IR light, but but also the thing could also see the IR light as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I seen this with my naked eye. Yeah.
Oh, you saw the eye shine without the IR?
No, the IR light was on, but I could see it in the camera, but I could see it with my naked eye when I was looking without it. When I first look at it and I jerk away, that's when I grab the radio to say I have the eye shine.
Were you alone?
And then when I'm looking at it, everything's going through my head, and then it appeared to be able to look and see the IR light. And it was kind of reacting to when I was pointing it on it, and when I wasn't. Which
were you with another person, or were
most
you alone?
animals don't really react to IR light. Josh was behind me. He was probably 10 yards, maybe 20 yards behind me. He was walking up as soon as I started saying stuff. So
okay,
he was a little bit behind me. Yeah, Chad was on the radio, and then I think
who else was out there?
His parabolic was going too. So
it was you, Josh, and Chad, and who else was out there?
it was just us.
Oh, just you three? Okay, I thought there was a bigger group.
Yeah, just us three, deep in the Florida woods, man. No, then the reason why I kind of, I lean towards the Sasquatch end of the spectrum because of the activity we were having that night and around that same area. For Sasquatch, it was all pretty close by. It wasn't too far. And that was by where something had crossed the road in front of the car, and Josh had actually got a really good look at it and had seen, said it was about 8 foot tall across the road. We went in after it. I think we got some
Oh.
audio, hopefully.
How did Josh see it? Was it daytime or?
Yeah, I think it was dusk.
Ah, okay. So
And
he could
it was being,
he could just see the outline basically, right?
yeah, I think, yeah, he's done interviews on it and stuff. So
I haven't watched any of them, so that's why I'm asking. I only saw the Carrie's documentary and the video you put out a few days
right.
ago
So the interest,
or yesterday.
right? Yeah, it's I think this is good evidence. In and evidence that is put forth does need to be vetted and stuff, and there needs to be a way to go through this, and hopefully there is technology out there. It just costs a lot more money than I have, certainly. There's professional stuff that can be done that might reveal what is actually in this video. I think that
What do
probably
you
be
mean
the
by
best way.
professional stuff?
There's people who do professional forensic on videos and stuff. They can go through and analyze and enhance stuff. They have programs and software to do that too. Then more than the average Joe, than any free setup or even a basic paid setup of video editing and all that. Because a lot of videos really do need more work done, analyzed, and actually, it's just too hard to tell, right?
Yeah, it is. It was very hard to tell. The eye shine though was pretty high off the ground, so it's either a bird, an owl, or a Bigfoot. I mean, there's not many
So
choices, especially in
there
Florida.
definitely animals. Yeah, there's definitely animals that give off red eye shine, right? And like I said,
Yeah.
there's a lot of variables in it, but raccoons can give off red eye shine and stuff, owls
Oh,
and
they
all
can.
that.
I did not know that.
Um,
What time of night was it?
I
Do you
had
know?
pictures.
Do you know what
The
time of
exact
night?
time frame would be
Okay.
between. This would be like 2 a.m., 3 a.m.
Are raccoons out that late?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I wasn't sure
Now, yeah, and
because that's what you gotta really go comes down
there's a
to
lot
is
of
how late
owls
they stay
in
out.
Florida. We actually did hear owls. They stay up all night because there's certain animals that are nocturnal and they do their operation at night. But the interesting thing is owls have evolved their eyes to their night vision that they have basically has evolved the same way that primate night vision has evolved. And there are some monkeys in South America that do have excellent night vision. And there are examples of primates actually having night vision. Sorry about that. My computer
Yeah, you saw
is
what Rob.
glitching up.
Oh, I thought you said you saw what Rob saw. Rob said that he could not be a Sasquatch investigator. He would run out of that if he saw that right away.
No, I'm not reading the comments right now. And stuff, but it is a little intimidating. Now I've been around other stuff, and after this, I have went in and chased stuff, and all I did was run away. The stuff was thrown at us, so in that night, I can only presume to what is it? A deer's not going to follow you in the woods, interact with you, and then throw stuff in a creek bed and make a huge splash with a huge rock. I mean, a raccoon's not going to do that. A bear's not going to do that. Typical animal behavior, pretty predictable. And Sasquatch does not do typical animal behavior. So that's, those key things you need to be on the lookout when you're in the woods is this odd animal behavior that, animals don't typically do this, Nothing really throws rocks. And we got audio. Tyler. Tyler got some pretty good audio of something presumably picking up a stick, because it tree knocks and the stick busts apart and lands, and you can hear it hit the ground. And we've played that on the live show. It's called with guest Tyler and his audio that he has. We go through a bunch of stuff, but in particular, he got some knocks, and it breaks apart the stick and lands on the ground. A deer is not picking up a stick and doing that. There's only really one or two things it could be, right? Is a person doing it, or Sasquatch, target species, or some people could say some other cryptid. But
I will be right back. If you want to play another clip while I'm gone, you can, or just keep talking about something.
Yeah, I'm gonna check out.
I'll be back in like 2
comments and
minutes.
stuff. I haven't been looking at them, but yeah, the best thing to do would be anyone who got the Psionics Aurora, whatever model, and has an IR attachment to. If we could get some owls filmed on those type of cameras with that same setup, and see what the kind of eye shine they have and stuff, that would help. Like I said, if there's hopefully some more professionals that would take a look at this, and with better software and technology, they can enhance stuff. Maybe they could get some more movement out of the darkness, to prove that it's a huge animal, right, or it's a small little owl or something else. I think they see at night. I mean, there are examples of natural primates having the ability to have night vision. So, if you take a look and stuff at the graph, my good friend Val, he has data. The data miner, he has a lot of stuff, and he has a graph, and his data shows that they're more active at night, obviously. And he actually has the hours pinned down to what is most active, and they're typically out at nighttime for sure. So they have to be able to see, and they probably see a lot better than what humans can. Especially if they evolved to be out at nighttime. Nocturnal activity is how you evolve to have night vision in the animal kingdom. So if they've evolved to hide behind stuff and observe stuff and have night vision and all that, they become pretty apex predator. And I think they can live an easy lifestyle in some way, because they're very they're sitting, watching, and preserving a lot of energy. And when they're sitting there, you got to use your brain and be patient, right? So they probably have a good patience, and you start to think. Let's start using that brain and stuff. So that's probably why they're so smart and stuff, because they're sitting there watching every stuff, and they're strategizing, coming up with stuff. And when you sit there and you don't outright attack something like an animal would, or predator, wolf goes after its prey and won't stop until it's either dead or it has to give up because it just can't get the prey. No, if you're sitting there and you're watching your food and you're strategizing how you're going to do that, you're using your brain, you're thinking, and you start thinking about other stuff you're watching. So it could be, and that could be why they're so intelligent and stuff, is because of an evolution of that. That is my opinion on that, because you think about those things. If the thing is so smart and it's a natural animal, or if it's more human-like with maybe actual culture, a hominin, a type of hominin, or whatever family tree it belongs under. If it's communicating, if there's rules of engagement, if it's teaching, this is how you do with humans. This is what you do, stuff like that. I mean, that's more than animals and stuff. If they have a culture, they have a language and stuff, not animal grunts and and you know how in the animal kingdom animals communicate through displays and through pheromones and through you know, being aggressive and surrendering, being submissive, being the alpha and stuff like that. But if you actually have a communication, a language, actual language, you know, that's more human and a humanistic characteristic, which comes intelligence and stuff. So I think they are very smart. They're the masters of the woods because they've evolved in there. And when a modern human, especially, goes into that, I mean, it's just we're like a toddler, and they're just like they're in full control because they're so, you know, powerful creatures and so dominant. And they're very smart. And modern humans are just we're clumsy in the woods. We're loud. We're not. It's not like even 200 years ago or 100 years ago. You know, 300 years ago, you had Native Americans out there, and then all through that. And you do have the legends and stories of that. So, let's show this video and stuff a few more times. And it's those experiences of something, you know, following us. We're hearing stuff, and it seems to follow us, and we filmed this, and you know, hopefully we can figure it out. So I'm getting some stuff that hopefully we can enhance it in a way, you know, see a body, or, you know, if you see a big leg move or something. And you know, as of now, it doesn't appear to be. Computer's kind of being slow and stuff. So I mean, in this one, yeah, I mean, I wish it, you know, was crystal clear and in 4K and stuff. I mean, that'd be amazing. But you know, it's not like that. When you're out there, you know, you get lucky and you try to do what you can do, and hopefully you catch stuff, you know, because it's not easy being out there trying to get this stuff and actually, you know, hopefully having interaction regardless, and trying to film it. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that goes into it, and then on top of that, there's the mental stuff, you know, especially if people haven't been out there, you know, it can be scary. I know, like a lot of people are saying, and adrenaline rush and stuff, but
All right, I'm back. What did I miss?
Oh, nothing. I just kind of ranting away a little bit, and then I'm trying to get back into the video a little bit. And so we'll show it a couple more times, and maybe we'll move on to some of the stuff you have if you want. And we got some other clips to go through, I guess.
All right.
So yeah, if we can get some comparison shots, that'd be awesome. Must slow it down a lot more and be able to zoom in, maybe mess with the colors, maybe you can hopefully see some type of movement, actual obvious movement that would actually swing it to, you know, it's a large animal and not a small animal. There's some things that we can do, but you know, it was an amazing experience down there, being in Florida and hanging out with everyone and going out in the field. And we definitely, you know, I've definitely pushed my way through a lot of brush and through some stuff that was like, you know, being from Michigan, I was like, you know, this is just totally different. It's like a
jungle.
Yeah, it was a jungle. It was almost, you know, alien in a way, but you know, all the animals are the same. You have the same species, North American species. You know, you have a variety of more birds and stuff down there, and snakes, and more poisonous stuff, and exotics and stuff. So there are exotic animals out there too, and that's one thing I didn't mention in the video. My thoughts is, you know, there could be exotic stuff out there, and chinchillas give off, I think, red eye shine is what I read too. And I believe they can see in the night, or possibly. I think I read on that, but there's other examples of.
Are chinchillas in
of
Florida?
Well, they get released.
Oh,
Florida has a lot of exotics because people, get pets and stuff, and then they release it on the wild. And Florida's habitat is actually good for primates and different exotics that are brought to the U.S. Reptilians and obviously the big snake problems they have. And, they supposedly have big cats and stuff released.
How many snakes did you all see down there?
I personally seen one black snake. It was sitting.
You don't know what it was though.
It could have been either a venomous snake or it was just a rat snake. So, luckily I seen him, and he was he slithered away. He was just getting his sun rays for the morning. I was out by myself actually, and checking the recorders and switching a recorder out. Pretty close by this area where the eye shine was filmed a couple of days before.
And are you wearing like special shoes to protect you from snake bites?
I had some basic muck boots, so I don't think they'd offered. They would have offered some protection, but probably not guaranteed.
Okay.
In Florida, if I'm gonna get bit, I'm gonna get bit. Hopefully I can watch out, and I was paying attention to the ground more often because of all the snakes and stuff. So yeah, I was watching for snakes. But there's poisonous spiders and there's insects, and mosquito could be the most dangerous thing out there with the crap they have. But you can't let that bother you because you're out there looking for Sasquatch, and we were in these areas, and I did push through stuff and brushes, and I've seen huge spiders right in my face. It's a wicked environment for anything to live in, including a Sasquatch. But they have them there, and the interesting thing that I thought was too, and I always think this, but I learned some little Native American phrases that are in Florida. So I don't know. I think that played a role. Maybe it didn't. Who knows? But it seems to play a role here when we use it here in Michigan. So I was using that down there too. Because of all the stories of the interaction with the Native Americans and stuff. And Florida's a hard state because a lot of the original Native Americans were wiped out by the pirates and the Spanish.
I did not know that.
Yeah. The ones that are there today actually got pushed there from like northern Georgia, northern Florida, and then they went into the swamp. But the actual original ones were wiped out by the Spanish and diseases and stuff, as most. A lot of them. We're talking, up to, they say like 100 million. They don't know the estimate, but they know it's huge, and that is with the original sicknesses and colds and all that. So people had to evolve and to adapt and survive and overcome some of those stuff, and some people were immune and stuff. So, but anyways, getting a little bit off topic. So yeah, I'll work on some more videos and stuff. It was a very interesting trip, and we did have some stuff that was in the woods around us. It seemed to follow us as we moved along the trail. So that's why I kind of lean toward the Sasquatch, and hopefully we can get this enhanced to where it can be shown of what it is. And I do think that in the future, especially, there's going to be better ways to be able to do that. So it's definitely good to get evidence and to save it, because one day there's probably going to be a breakthrough in technology to be able to enhance videos and to analyze these evidence, because that's what we need. There's a lot of videos that people see and they're just like, it's this, it's that, but you really don't know because you're not seeing the animal. You're not actually seeing whatever it actually is. So, I mean, it's hard. It's hard either way when you're trying to present evidence, and it's hard when to vet evidence too because of, um, sometimes it's just hard to get evidence, and that seems to be a norm for the Bigfoot stuff. The evidence that does come forward is not always the best. It's not crystal clear. It's not, you would think, but from my experiences, stuff happens very fast. Usually you're not prepared with the camera filming at the right direction. You might not have all your stuff on at the moment. Stuff could be happening to people that are like, a couple 50 yards away, and maybe they don't have their cameras on. They're not running anything to record, and it doesn't get captured, but people hear it. So there's a lot of variables. It's not people would think it's easy and stuff, but when you're actually out there, I find and stuff, you actually have to train people and tell people that, you got to run stuff and film and, point, get the camera up and point, don't just have the camera down and stuff. And I made that mistake too. In that film, when I dropped in the camera, and the long version after this, I have a thermal, but it doesn't film. And I'm scanning and stuff, and we don't see nothing. So, well, the interesting thing about it is, though, we never did hear it move out of the area. And I know owls can be pretty silent when they fly away. They actually are one of the most silent birds in the world in terms of that. But usually I would feel I would have heard something, and in my only experiences with really hearing stuff that is biased and going away without hearing it is Sasquatch stuff up in the UP. Hearing stuff around us, and then we're not able to hear it as it just gets 10 yards away or less than that. And that's some pretty good evidence that we're going to come out too. Once Jason's documentary drops, we're going to be dropping some of that evidence and put it in out there and seeing what people think and trying to vet it and stuff and go over it. But it is interesting. The audio from our encounter is very interesting, and then there's some stuff that that we got that is is interesting. We definitely got eye shine. It's not in color, so it's all white. It's shining. It's bright.
Did you see the question we got?
No, I need to pay attention more to chat and stuff, but I don't.
We got a question from Rob saying, can you or have you ever tried using methods that detect body heat at night?
Yeah, thermals. Yeah. We use thermals.
Thermals.
We had different thermal models in Florida, and some were recording and some were not. I used a thermal to scan that area after I filmed. We actually walk up about to where it's at, not quite, but about where it's at, and look peer into there, and it's just a thicket and stuff. There's nothing really in there, and we don't see it. Now, of course, there was owls all around the area, and we heard them and stuff, and throughout the week, but we definitely never. I never seen the eye shine through the camera like that, and we have filmed deer before, and it was they didn't have red eye shine and stuff. Again, different lights, different animals, and all that. So going by the color of the eye shine is what it does probably show is that it has pretty good night vision, and it was very bright. And the brighter the eye shine, is typically more of of how much rods and stuff are in their eye to be able to reflect and actually be able to use their nocturnal vision. Yeah, in Florida, yeah, we were tromping through. I was some most of the time in the nighttime whenever I was leading a group out there. Yeah, we were going through brush and thickets and through and dodging spider webs, and yeah, there were snakes out there that we didn't see. Now, I only seen one snake out there, but I know there's hundreds of snakes that were probably in the area that I did not see.
Did someone
we
get
actually-
bit by one?
What?
Did someone get bit by one?
No.
No. Okay.
There was a lot of gators though out there, a lot of gators, and we actually had a 6 foot or about a 6 foot or 7 foot there at camp. You know, that the one that almost took Carrie's leg off. Moving across, he was actually trying to, and probably did, or he moved out of the area. There's a small little pond of water. So the next day, you know, we left him alone. The next day, you know, who knows? He was probably in the pond, or you know, he moved on. But yeah, we're traversing these landscapes, and it's you come across a flooded swamp. Actually, when we had thermal hits at the camp, we had the drone up and had a thermal hit over in a swamp in a thicket. It was a swamp thicket, and you know, we had people over there, and I went out there, and Jimmy comes up right behind us and running, and they're not seeing the thermal. We're basically where it was, and they're not seeing it and stuff. And we're in flooded water and snake infested gator stuff. I mean, yeah, it's pretty intense landscape, and it is pretty dangerous. But I mean, you got to go do it. I mean, we're trying to get Sasquatch. You know, you got to be careful and studying animals, kind of knowing behavior, and hopefully you don't just come up across the gator, because that'd be bad. But typically alligators give responses to let you know, like, hey, you know, back off. They'll hit the ground with their tail, they'll hiss at you and stuff.
Unless they're
And I
looking
did
for a meal.
hear some of that in some of the areas where no, we were
You read
filming
that.
games and stuff, and when we had that alligator that almost attacked Carrie, you know, it was, you know, yeah, we heard some different sounds and stuff, so it was interesting. We actually did hear a massive sound that if a gator made, it'd be, you know, the reptile expert said, you know, if a gator was that big, it'd be like, you know, over 20 foot. But I think that was recorded. I'm pretty sure. Just a lot of stuff to go through. And the problem with recordings and stuff like that is you record, and you know this, you know, you get 18 hours worth of stuff, 12 hours, 5 hours. I mean, you got to go through all of that. So there's a lot of stuff I'm sure still needs to be gone through, and there's definitely evidence on there in different devices that were on that trip for sure.
Is there going to be a few more parts for the documentary?
Yeah, I would assume so.
Yeah, it's not
definitely
done. That was
two.
just the first episode, right?
Yeah, there's going to be part 2, and it's definitely show other stuff. You know, from what I experienced, the people there, you know, we did. I think we had activity for sure. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Personally, what I've personally experienced in different areas, and what I've seen, yeah, I believe it. I think something crossed in front of me, and turned and looked at me, and when I looked back at him, he proceeded to go into the reeds and actually went towards the other group, which was Chris and Jimmy and Mike. And they started hearing stuff, but they're like, you know, they didn't know what it was, you know, and there's hogs out there too. So now, you know, we're thinking, well, is it a hog? You know, what is this? You know, I didn't really, and it crawled out of the woods. It didn't look like no hog. You know, again, maybe the video, it can be enhanced and hopefully show whatever it is, because that's what really needs to be done. There was a lot of hogs out there, but you know, we've seen evidence of hogs, but there was only one hog seen, and that was near camp, and I seen the very back of it as it went into the bushes, and other people had seen it and said it was a hog. That was the only hog that we actually seen or heard, but there was tore up ground and stuff in a lot of this underbrush, and in some of these spots you could tell it was hog activity, or at least something digging it up like a hog. And there was hog tracks, and there's deer tracks, and we found deer poop, and we filmed deer out there, so there was deer and different animals out there. Of course, a healthy environment. Even though it's Florida and it's way different, it's still the forest, and a type of forest in North America with North American animals and stuff. So it was a nice experience to learn from it and experience that firsthand, and feeling the energy and stuff from that environment. Regardless of being looking for Bigfoot, it was Florida woods was pretty amazing. So yeah, and they got black bear there. There's a small population of black bear, and there's a small population of Florida panther it is smaller than regular mountain lions and stuff, and they're supposed to be pretty rare and all that, and Bigfoot and other stuff, the exotics and all that. But anyways, well, I was hoping these other videos would play, because I have them set up on this other thing, but
Are they not playing? Are they not playing?
well, no, the way it shared, it wasn't playing. But let's yeah, give me a second. Let me mess with this real quick, because I was going to share, if you want to share the audio you had, or I had to upload different videos because it was all set up differently. And we can test it. Let's see if it works real quick.
All right, let's do a test.
It doesn't appear to be.
It's not loading.
Yeah, if it's slow and choppy and all that, I'll just I'm not gonna be able to play the audio, but I can try something else. Yeah. Well, that's okay.
Yeah, try the audio.
I'll get something else uploaded on this. Yeah, because on the phone, I have videos uploaded already, but on this one, I don't have any of those videos, and it's acting like it's a different setup, even though it's the same account. So I don't know, StreamYard. Well, I don't know what your deal is, but we'll get it figured out. Yeah.
I think it's just having
So if you watch
problems
that,
tonight.
I guess, yeah, StreamYard's not working right.
Yeah. Just a little spotty. Who knows why, though? What were you about to say?
I do think that what we did down there in 168 was really good, and we actually did. I think we got some pretty good evidence and stuff. And I know personally we had stuff happen to us. There's something got thrown. We were seeing stuff on thermal, going after it. I mean, getting yelled at. That was, there's not much out there that yells at you. So.
Yeah, you got yelled at?
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. And this all happened. There's other things, like I said, someone had their flashlight knocked out of their hands by a rock or something. And
what do you mean yelled at? Like a person? Like it sounded like a person, or do you mean like an actual like scream or something?
Well, I mean something. Chad and Chris were bickering and fighting over something, and all of a sudden this thing he just yells. Like shut up,
Like,
or
shut
like,
up. Yeah.
My experience with, from this and after this is, the Sasquatch activity stuff, it's so subtle and it is hard to say. But, there are key moments where where, you get yelled at and you just know, okay, well, that's not a deer. That's not a raccoon. That's not an owl yelling at me, And we had all this stuff. We had movement. They said there was movement right in front of them. And they went in after it, and they didn't hear nothing, and they move along, and then all of a sudden they keep hearing it, and it keeps following them. I mean, what is normal animal behavior, and then what are you actually experiencing? Because normal animals don't do these things that we experience out there, and you've been out there, you've heard stuff, you hear the responses that you've got. You've had stuff thrown at you with me. You've heard stuff around us. I mean,
yeah, I've heard a lot of weird things out there.
I mean, we have that on video, and that's an older video, and you can watch me and James in the summertime. Stuff's going on. And James, to his credit, he's freaking out a little bit. And I'm excited. I can't believe this is happening, and now is it the best evidence in film in the world? Of course not. No. But it does show that we did have an encounter. We did have stuff happen.
Yes, sir.
It's just hard getting evidence. It's hard to, get them to do stuff, to get them on film. I mean, here this is the situation where... Huh?
I said it's mostly luck.
Yeah, I mean, me and you are having stuff thrown at us during the day, and you would think we'd be able to spot them, but, I mean, did you ever see anything? I was looking, I didn't see nothing, but...
Never saw anything.
There was a chunk of period where, I mean, it was right there following us. You would think that we'd be able to see it or hear it a bit better, instead of just getting stuff thrown at us, and we're hearing, grunts and a whoop and... orangutan sound. Unfortunately, that was not captured. If that was captured on audio, I'd probably have some better stuff, but unfortunately, it wasn't.
What's FFG?
Huh? Give me a minute. I'll look in the comments. And
Yes, Jimbo said, pretty much after y'all visited Florida, FFG burned it all down.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the story is FWC, which is it's like their DNR.
Oh, okay.
Basically. Supposedly they burnt down. I don't know what areas they burnt down, because I haven't seen pictures or... But yeah, I think they definitely knew what we were doing down there. We did have one stop in and ask what we were doing, and when he was asked, is there any Bigfoot out there, skunk apes, and he did say, he's like, well, we know that they're... And he stopped, and then he reformed a sentence. But he did at first, and I was standing pretty close by. I did hear it. I was pretty close. I was about 20 feet away from him, so I heard it. He did say, well, we think that they're... And he stopped. So there was some confirmation there. And they would have to know. I mean, these are the people...
burn the forest down?
Well, it's it's management, animal management, natural wildlife management. What do you think they do? They manage the environment, they manage the animals. They know what's all in there. They know that these things are out there. There is some type of policy in place at some level, regardless, that there's, either you ignore whatever's out there, or, this is what you do, and you don't tell the public. Because, they have to know. Yeah, and they do know, and there is retired, and there are rangers and
I think
whatever
even if
you
you,
call them
I
in
think
each state. They
even,
have their encounters. They report this.
I think even if you told the public, some of them wouldn't even believe it. Not like
Right
that
and stuff.
Bigfoot's
And
real, but
they
like what you have in terms of evidence.
right. I mean, most of the time we're considered a joke, anyways. I mean, most people, the average person seeing this video would, say, "Oh, it's a raccoon" or something like that. I mean, to investigate it and really look at it and try to break it down, it is hard, but we do need something like Patty, the Patterson film, or we need some type
Another
of
one.
unbelievable evidence. I mean,
Yeah, I was hoping that was gonna happen when I was hunting today. Just one would walk out into the middle of the. I had my phone out whenever I heard a crunch, just in case,
yeah,
But
exactly.
never didn't see anything in the past few days, so whatever. I'm always watching though.
Well, it's most of the time it's probably luck, and there's a lot of things that
Yeah.
come into when trying to get activity. And I think we have been lucky over this past year. Lost Cryptids has been lucky. We got some evidence. Is it the best stuff? Is it going to prove Bigfoot? No, but it's evidence that
I
should be
mean,
looked at, and it makes you
I mean,
wonder.
it might prove Bigfoot to some people, but not at all.
Yeah, I think we got some really good audio. I know we got some great.
Yeah, the
We
audio
got
is
some good
good, but
evidence from up north, and
the problem
you
with
know
audio is that most people say that's not enough to prove it. They want like actual either
exactly.
like
I mean,
physical proof or like, photo proof,
if we could
which
get a
sucks.
Sasquatch that comes on camera and walks like the Patterson, that'd probably be good. But I would like a Sasquatch to come into the picture frame and do some physical act that no human could do to prove that no human is able to do that.
Yeah.
Or if you had one close enough and actually filmed in crystal clear HD footage. I mean, it might be enough, but uh, I think the evidence, DNA evidence, is going to really help prove. I think audio is very viable because, uh, we do have records of animals and a whole list of audio stuff, and then and science behind all that. A little bit better than taking a look at a video and analyzing it that way. Because we know how animal spectrums and stuff are plotted, and we have different data points of that and ranges, so we can actually categorize and look through and figure out what those sounds are. And like the Sierra sounds, they were looked at by a Navy language expert and code and all that, and I think some other scientists, and it was kind of proven that it was an unknown language to him, but it was an actual language. So audio evidence would probably be just as good, if not better, than video, because if you could get actual talking or actual language or actual vocals and stuff, then we have
Yeah, I
dozens,
guess if you could
hundreds of
get
animals to compare it to online through audio. A lot
I
better
get
than trying to compare a video to another video or pictures to pictures.
yeah, I guess if you could capture their language or two of them talking to each other, something along those lines, it'd be really good and almost impossible to debunk because there's no other language that probably
If I would
represents
have
that besides the
recorded the
native,
time I got
maybe.
yelled at, I think it's possible. I mean, Tyler got some good evidence. It happens. We just get lucky being in the right areas. Um, it comes down to what they're doing seasonally, and so Sasquatches don't always have the time to come play with us when we're in the woods, right? A
Yeah.
Sasquatch have priorities. They have to get food, worry about shelter, worry about their family. What needs to happen first? then they can go out and mess with the humans and play and run around, and we can hopefully try to get evidence, right? So, that always dictates the situation. And, being in the area at the right time and place and with everything that falls into place, it is kind of hard. But we have got lucky. Actually, we actually did get lucky a lot because we were in places that, seemingly had stuff happen. And we did get evidence from. We got audio and visual. And again, it kind of points, in my opinion, that there's a healthy population in Michigan. Because if we go to all these different spots and we get the stuff that happens to us and we have all these interaction encounters with multiple people witnessing it, it kind of shows a healthy population because, you would think that it's more rare, it's harder to get and stuff, but maybe we just really got lucky. But I think there's a healthy population in here in Michigan and other states. Because down in Florida, again, it's the same thing, there seem to be more than one individual, and there's different tracks and stuff found. And I think, there's tracks found before we went down, and I believe there's tracks found after we, this past year. From my experience and stuff, they go in groups and stuff. There's usually more than one. Up in the UP, me and Jason seen them and had them around us. And really quick, I'll just tell it again. We were walking away on the trail after studying this tree manipulation that wasn't there when we walked down the trail. We were walking back. They announced themselves to us by making a noise in the brush, like moving or something, or scraping the brush. We turned and looked at them, and I pointed my gun, and I put my gun away, and we seen two individuals peek behind a tree at us. It was one, and then it was two. And we watched them for a while. And then we tried to go up to them and stuff. We start seeing, I'm speaking Native American phrases, and when we approach them, I start saying the same phrases, but I'm kind of in a singing tone and kind of a dorkish way, honestly. But it was attempted in a way so they would know that it's non-aggressive and stuff. Because, anyways, when Jason seen the thing behind him drop and spider crawl away, he's seen this. There was multiple ones around us. And so in that situation, which was amazing, it blows me away every time I think about it and we talk about it. I just can't believe it happened. We got the full, Jason was filming, and there was some stuff that you could probably see. The eye shine that they had from our white light, a very small headlamps that was, a white light that was cheapy, wasn't really good. They had a whitish color, maybe a little blue tint, but they were white. They were not red or anything else. In that situation, we were trying to film stuff. Our cameras couldn't quite see them, and we had stuff around us, and we were trying to, and we didn't go in after them, to show themselves in such a way, it goes back to this respect thing. I pointed my gun at them. I put my gun away. They showed themselves a little bit. In that situation, should we have ran at them and just try to get them on film? Yeah, maybe. But having a good interaction and a kind of a respectful interaction where, everything was cool, calm and collected, nothing happened, and then we went back to camp and they followed us. Because people actually did see one on thermal looking at camp, looking at me, and they have, they seen that on thermal, the one that doesn't record, unfortunately, because of a software issue. But anyways, hopefully, that one day could bridge the gap between, because they're going to do it again. Hopefully one day. Get out there in the right area at the right time. by chance, those ones are going to see the people that are there and hopefully interact. Hopefully, I'll be able to get it on camera. But there's other places and stuff where this doesn't happen.
Yeah, if only Jason had that light that Rob gave him later in the night.
An actual aftermarket IR camera. Yeah, he had the IR light that came on his. It was a really good camera, and you can But yeah, again, I had my hunting headlight that would have shined, and we would have been able to see them and got them on video a lot better for sure. But everything works out in a certain way where the light batteries died 30 minutes before this happened. Now I have this cheapy little headlamp that doesn't really good, and I thought I was running the GoPro. The GoPro wasn't really working that properly in that moment. So there's things that going on. I did record it on my camera a little bit, but it was so unbelievable seeing them. But being in the moment, trying to get the evidence, it is hard. Even when I've thought about it in practice, and I've been in moments and have been a lot better and getting the evidence, but it's not always easy. And if you have not been out there in those situations, it's pretty hard. Now doing this, and you've been in these situations too, and you kind of know how it is, and you kind of know that you gotta kind of operate a little bit faster and stuff. You can't just stay there and be in shock and awe. And a lot of people get like that because it's awesome when you start hearing this crazy stuff. I mean, it is awesome. I mean, you're out there, you're trying to look for this experience, this stuff, and when it finally happens, it is a shock. But you got to get used to it and practice. And but in that situation, it was I take it as very respectful type of a thing. Because they didn't need to pronounce themselves to our presence. I mean, I had a gun on the shoulder, a rifle, and I thought maybe it could be a black bear, a wolf. We had tracks up there. I mean, you've seen the tracks. I pointed my gun towards them, but at the ground, but towards them. That for if for them to extend that type of a hand, like, hey, we're over here. They must have had some trust that I'm not going to just point my gun and start blasting away. That's a big risk. Tapping someone on the shoulder, hey, and but as soon as I put the gun away, because I had a feeling, and it seemed like it was them. We heard some scurrying around, and I put the gun away because we were hearing some odd stuff, and they showed themselves behind the tree, and it was amazing. And no, I did not get a crystal clear view of them. Got the silhouette, got the eye shine, massive head. I mean, massive head. It made it look like a long head too, and it was massive, and they both were massive. And so there was two right there. There was one that was seen, and there's possibly another one. So there was probably at least 3, maybe 4, but at least 3, I would say. And if that would have happened in the daytime, we'd have probably the best footage to ever show you guys, okay? Because the cameras would have worked. Cameras would have seen them. 4K camera.
Yeah, it would have been amazing footage, almost better than the Patterson Gimlin.
Again, and it was like they knew it was like this is how far they could the camera could pick up, and it can't. It's like we know that you can't see us from this far away, so we're gonna stand here because it was like in the daytime, it had been great footage, and I think the fact that Jason witnessed with me, Jason is a photojournalist, a photo animal journalist, and
he's kind of skeptic as well.
Yeah, he's skeptical minded, but he is experiencing stuff that is tipping the scale, because I know after he experienced that, I mean, it jumped. Now, he still claims he's skeptical, but, he's had experiences, and I think he's going to be a wonderful guy you guys are going to watch. And he needs to get a little bit more credit because he's trying. He does make really good documentaries. And the guy's not afraid to jump in there and get in the bush. And I like that because I'm the same way. He's full of energy, and he wants to know what it is. And
Yeah,
I'm
he
glad
actually,
that he was next to me witnessing that, because there ain't a better guy that could have done that. I wish you were there. If you would have went with us.
Yeah, he was actually a winner of the International Film Festival
Yeah.
as a Dubai. Oh, wait, I can't pronounce that word. What's it called? I can't pronounce it.
Up in Canada.
Basically a new filmmaker, basically.
Yeah. Oh, he's a great guy, and he's really good at making films. And he's gonna make 2 parts to the his next film. I know he's shooting in different places. I think he just got back from Vancouver, and he was over in a different spot in British Columbia, and he's gonna have stuff from ours in the 2-parter. And I'm glad that he was there with me when we witnessed this, because I'm sure it was very eye-opening to him, and I couldn't have asked for a better witness, honestly. The guy is great and impeccable and honest, and so full of energy with this subject. He's really pumped up for the subject, and I really, really love that about him. And I kind of told him we have a future, 5-year plan and a 10-year plan of there's some places in Canada I'd like to go.
I've never been to Canada.
2 particular spots, and they're huge. Canada's huge, but there's one particular area that is.
Yeah, I've never been to Canada. I've gone to Niagara Falls, and that's
deadly,
it.
And
did you say deadly?
Yeah, deadly.
Oh, great.
Missing people, and just there's
Sounds awesome.
There's spots. Yeah, it would be a crazy actual expedition. I mean, it'd be a massive undertaking. Fly out there on a bush plane, get dropped off a certain area. Have to actually hike in multiple days before you even get to the area. Yeah, I mean, if something happens, you're stuck out there. There's no, can run to someone's house, get help, call the ambulance. There's none of that. There's some big epic, future stuff that, because of there's something there, whether it's Bigfoot, something else. There is stuff there. There's other places in the world where I had the ability to go. There is stuff there. There's a potential for it to get evidence, and go missing and all sorts of stuff. But I think that'd be a great undertaking to be able to network with other researchers to do that. But that's in the future. That's not happening anytime soon. I know we're focusing on Michigan and maybe a couple other states, but yeah, and gonna have to get trained in certain aspects. Actual survival training, and maybe a little bit of mountaineering stuff. Learn how to climb mountains the right way, and actually rope work, and do it the professional way, and eventually go into some of these areas and film, because that's the whole point. Be getting into some of these areas that people really don't go. We try to do that here in Michigan. Try to do that every place we go. Going through the stuff that sucks. It's gonna suck going through the swamp, man. And in Michigan, we don't have to worry about the snakes, right? So.
Or alligators, or crocs.
Or alligators, or poisonous whatevers. So it's a lot easier just to go and throw a swamp in Michigan than.
Yeah, I think there's only one snake that's either poisonous or venomous. I don't remember which one. And then
Yeah, we
there's
have a
also
rattlesnake,
that.
eastern
Then there's
diamondback,
something else.
rattlesnake, and then
Spider maybe.
they say there's some water snakes I think that can mess you up. Yeah, we got poisonous black
Some-
widows and
Yeah, Black
brown
Widow and the
recluse.
other one. Yeah, brown recluse.
You can get bit by a wolf spider and have a bad reaction too.
Yeah.
Again, it just depends on what kind of person you are and chemistry, but yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of Sasquatch reports in the Upper Peninsula actually. And the western side of the Upper Peninsula is very wilderness. And when it goes into, especially when it gets into Wisconsin, that
never
whole
been
area
that
up
far.
there is very rugged. There's a lot of missing people up there.
Great.
A lot. No, there's a lot.
It's,
We have reports up
yeah.
there. We have eyewitnesses from up there. Yeah.
I heard it's because like the rugged terrain, pretty much.
Yeah, there's not a lot of people that live up there. So there's like 9 million in whatever 100,000 people in Michigan. I think they said I'm gonna say roughly 140,000 people that live in the Upper Peninsula, give or take. But it's nowhere near as Lower Michigan, so it is pretty spread out and remote. Wild habitat still, actually. And then you can go all the way to Canada if you went through Wisconsin and towards Minnesota and all that, and you can get from Canada on the eastern side too, and actually down by Detroit on the Canadian side, there's a lot of farmland, a lot of farmland out there, which is habitat that can support Sasquatch. So people want to say there's no Sasquatches in Detroit. Well, there's Sasquatches reported in Canada just across from Detroit, and we do have reports from there.
So is it possible that they could go to Belle Isle?
There are reports from Michigan in the 1700s and 1600s of Sasquatches actually going on Belle Isle itself.
Oh, really?
Swimming across towards Canada, yeah. And that report comes from Val, and it is one of the oldest reports in America. There's, from what I've seen from his latest stuff, it's the second oldest report in America.
Do you know
the first oldest one is from Vermont, and then if you
okay,
count,
that makes sense.
Yeah, if you count the Vikings coming over, then I guess it would be the third. But it was from the mid 1600s, 1640. I'm gonna misquote it, but from the late mid 1600s, and it was reported towards France. Getting tongue tied. I'm talking a lot.
Speaking of Val, do you know when he's coming back on the show? Or I mean, coming to the show because he couldn't come that one.
Oh, whenever
day.
he gets around to it. I don't push Val and stuff.
I was just asking if you scheduled or anything.
No, but I did schedule Ron Moorhead to he's not going to be on a live show. We're going to pre-record a show and then we'll put it out. But
why not live?
He doesn't want to, so which is fine. I have enough respect for him that we can record it.
In case you want to cut stuff out, basically.
I don't know. That's what he wants to do. So we're just gonna record it and I'll put it up there and stuff. I'm not gonna edit it in any way unless it absolutely has to.
What about World Bigfoot Radio or Robert Kreider?
I haven't got back to World Bigfoot Radio.
Oh,
Me and him always seem to start missing each other, but yeah, we'll get back into guests and stuff. We'll have Ron's interview, and then we'll start having more guests come back on the show. We'll get back into that a little bit more.
All right.
It's kind of a nice break from that because we get to talk about other stuff. Because when you have the guests, it's all about what their stuff.
Yeah,
and
what
their
they want to talk. Yeah.
and we don't get to talk about some of the stuff we've had happen and all this other craziness and other things and other videos and subjects and stuff. So yeah.
So you
So
want to get
unfortunately-
into what's up?
I said I'm gonna try one more thing, but I don't think we're gonna be able to play your audio.
Oh, it's not working.
No, I have to. StreamYard doesn't play audio. You gotta.
Wait, really?
make a video with it, and then we can put it up on here.
If you had told me that earlier, I could have done. Actually, no, I couldn't have.
Well, I thought I would be able to do it this share way, and I could share my screen and do it, but I think it's gonna do the same thing. It's just gonna look crappy. It's not gonna show. It's gonna be choppy and stuff. And I'm looking into other streaming services too. You might see me test out some other stuff because if it works better, then
Do you still have a paid thing on StreamYard, or?
yeah, there's still a paid thing,
Okay.
and that the computer's now hooked up to that. It's the same account, right? When I use the computer, it doesn't do it, but when I use my phone, it does it. And there's really not much of a difference there, honestly. There's a few more things. You can have more people on, but StreamYard is pretty good, for what it is, and whether being free or you pay for it, it's decent. So, but there's other stuff out there.
Yeah, I
But,
just realized I couldn't even help you on that on my audio because it's on my other computer.
It's all right. It's kind of disappointing though. I thought I was gonna be able to show a lot more clips, but next week I'll have some stuff ready for you guys. And
I'm just saying it's on my other computer, so I couldn't do anything really, unless I went to Google. Unless I went to my Gmail
if I was
and
on my phone,
downloaded it.
There's some other videos I could show, but
Yeah, I could always go to my Gmail, download it, and then edit something real quick and send it to you, but that might take too long. And then you have to download it too, so.
yeah. Well, we'll show this a couple more times. The red eye shine. It is interesting, and I can just say from my experience, I'm leaning towards Sasquatch, but that's based on my experience and from what I've seen what the animal was doing. It appeared to be able to see the IR light. It was reacting to it, closing its eye. To me, filming animals, and I've filmed different animals with IR light, bunny rabbits and deer. They don't react to the IR light. They don't react to the light at all. But that thing seemed to know that I was able to spot it, or I had the light on it. It was reacting in such a way that it seemed to know that I was looking at it. Because at first, I'm spotting it, and I didn't want it, if it was a Sasquatch, I really didn't want it to know I could see it, right? Because as soon as people start seeing them, they tend to move away, is what people report. But if you can get a Sasquatch looking at you and you can pretend that you're not looking at it and you can film it, it might stand there longer because it doesn't realize that you see it. So, these things aren't dumb.
Your camera's lagging a little bit, looks like.
That's okay. As long as the audio works, it'll be all right. But yeah, that kind of sucks. I can load up some. Yeah, it's not really. That sucks.
It's not doing anything.
But next week I'll have some better stuff loaded on the computer version. If I was on the phone, get some loaded up. But...
Do you want me to send you what's it called? I guess an MP4 file or something like that of like
no,
I guess
a
background photo with a background photo with the audio playing. Not today, but like eventually, make it easier.
Yeah, it has to be like a video file basically. But
All right, I'll write that down.
that's
Yeah, I
right.
can do that. It's not that
I'm
difficult.
trying to dig around and figure this out. And no. Well, we got only an hour and 40. See, that's weird because we've done these 4-hour shows and 3-hour shows, and it seems like this show is a little bit slower than those other ones.
Well, yeah, it's because we were playing videos and stuff and talking about them, so it went by faster.
I don't know. Some of those 3 hours, it's like, man, that 4-hour one too. It was like 4 hours already.
Yeah. Yeah, but once it was 4 hours, it was like, I can't go anymore. I'm dying.
Yeah. Future 12-hour stream.
Jeez.
I had my kids on here.
That'd
They
be
can talk
tough.
Bigfoot with you guys.
You would have to have like 4 different speakers on if you're doing like 12-hour stream.
No. I joke around. They're always asking me about Bigfoot and all that. And
Oh, they are?
yeah, it would be extremely tough. I joke around with that.
What does your family think, like cousins? Do you have any cousins that are Bigfoot people?
No, there's people who do that.
Do what?
Well, my family, no. My dad definitely believes. My dad believes, like her family and stuff. They don't really believe, but the idea that there's Bigfoot living close by to where they live because they live in the country.
Oh, have you tried to talk to them and they just laugh at you?
They laugh at that, but they think it's all. Well, yeah, it's kind of snarky way, and you get that. They think it's in the Pacific Northwest, but not here in Michigan, not Lower Michigan.
Oh, see, my friends laugh at me, but no, my friends laugh at me because I believe in it in general. They don't even believe it exists at all.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, man. It is.
And I try to show them proof, but they don't care enough.
Load up a little video.
Yeah, I try to show them proof,
well,
like
no
audio
problem.
and
It's
stuff.
not good enough.
They
already kind of.
They don't care enough. They think it's a different animal. That they just think I'm insane or something. Yeah, you can't really do much at that point. You just ignore them.
I don't know what my computer's doing.
It might be StreamYard. It might not be your fault.
I don't know what my computer's doing. Oh, it is. Yeah. On StreamYard, I have a comment that's posted, but on the video,
I see what you. Yeah, I see you did that. I don't know why
you see that too. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how. I think you can only get rid of it. I don't think I can. Oh, it's gone.
Right, but it's not showing up on. That is so weird. Yeah, it's StreamYard's doing something. That is so weird.
Let me see if they post anything on their Facebook, maybe.
I wasn't even in the comment section, and it selected that. I'm trying to upload a video,
really?
and then all of a sudden I noticed that there's a comment on there. Yeah, that's so weird. So hopefully this video will load up. And we'll show you. It's some evidence and stuff that I kind of jumbled together, and it's mostly audio, and there's some video with it, but
I have some family members that do believe a little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah, that's tough, man. And sometimes it makes you feel like crap. I mean, over the years, I know I've kind of felt like that because you get people who maybe you look up to and stuff, and they're like, man, that's like it's pretty much stupid. You're out there looking for what? It's stupid, and it can hurt, but you got to have thick skin to be in this.
All right,
You learn how to have thick skin.
I'm on StreamYard for Facebook, and it doesn't look like they said anything today on it.
Yeah, but they're always adding stuff. They just came out with a new feature.
Well, yeah, I'm just seeing if they said anything that their stuff's
more
broken
co-host
a little
options or member option or something like that. Yeah, they're always updating stuff. Yeah, it's a new stream service. When I started a year ago with it, they've added more stuff. This was before they had the green screen option, and so they're always adding stuff. They're very popular. It's gaining a lot of money, so they're pumping it full of stuff, and they got to work on it.
You like my shirt?
Yeah, man, that's awesome.
I got it for my
birthday.
One
on too, but it's old and faded.
I forgot I was wearing it.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it, especially with
it's got outline of
flag,
Bigfoot
man.
and inside Bigfoot. Yeah. I also got my
flag.
hat
It's awesome,
somewhere.
All right, looks like we got 2 videos loaded up. For some reason, the other 2 they're just still loading, which probably StreamYard, which is weird. They're it's not super long videos. All right, so we got this one clip. It was over on the western side of Michigan.
He's watching you. No, it's a Sasquatch. He's watching you.
Yeah. So this next clip is from western Michigan.
Oh, you got to work?
We actually heard a knock. Huh?
You got something to work?
Yeah, it finally loaded up.
All right, cool.
I put 2 more in just to say, hey, whatever, let's try it. They loaded up pretty fast. The other ones are not doing too good. But maybe it's just StreamYard. But so this next clip, we're on the western side of Michigan. We hear this knock, and the dog actually reacts, and he comes back. Chad's dog actually comes back. We all hear it. We all hear the knock.
Western Michigan, yeah.
Yeah, so it is very interesting. So we'll play this a couple times and go through some other ones.
That was quick.
Yeah. I'll keep playing it a few times for you guys.
That's a good solid knock there.
Yeah, it was. And the interesting thing about it is the dog ran back. And, we're kind of left puzzled because, what was that? And I made the comment, like, did the dog, like, smack its head on a tree or something?
Oh, that's possible, yeah.
Yeah, the dog wasn't injured or anything, but the knock happened first, then the dog ran, so... and then over the next couple of days, we actually did get more stuff, and some of that's included in this. But this video is made up of several different clips in several different areas. So this first little bit's going to have some audio that actually you were filming and was able to capture, and you were actually did react to this with other people. But it's very short. The very short clips. You're going
Where
to
is
hear
this?
it play regular, and then you're going to hear a little bit of boosted, and then it's going to play the next clip right after and stuff. So they go by kind of fast. So
Where,
we're
where
going to
is
play
this
that.
from?
This is all over. This is just a
Oh,
mix of different
a
stuff together.
collage. Okay.
Yes, a collage of different evidence, a little bit.
All
So we'll
right.
take a listen to this so we see what the comments, everyone in the chat thinks. And I wish I would have had this up earlier and stuff. Unfortunately, I apologize. I thought it'd be easier doing it off the computer, but it wasn't. So, but here we have this set up for you guys.
What's that? What's that?
I got a signal out here. I got a signal out here.
What's that? What's that?
I got a signal out here. I got a signal out here.
Sorry, it's had some buffering issues on my end, so I couldn't tell when it was over with and all that.
Oh, yeah.
And I had to jump on the YouTube. But yeah, so that's some different stuff that we got. Very shortened clips of stuff. But what was interesting is the first few clips. It did sound pretty weird, and Gabe makes a comment. It sounds like people out there.
Sound like someone laughing or like some weird animal.
Right. The third time, the one from the first set. He made a comment. It sounds like people and stuff. So, and Gabe's the type of guy. He does kind of know animal life, and he does know different sounds. So, and the interesting thing is, from my experiences, they do sound like people. They sound like a person when you hear them, and when it's yelling at you, I felt the emotion when I got yelled at of a person. So here we got we'll take a listen to this one. All right, now that was audio that Tyler captured up in northern Michigan, and that's the. All right, now that was audio that.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, I was trying to listen to it as it played. Yeah, that was a tree knock where a branch or the stick broke and fell to the ground, and you can hear it hit the ground. And that does seem to indicate that something was using an actual stick to hit the tree.
Wow, that's I did not know that. That's pretty good evidence there that they use sticks or something. Used a stick.
Yeah, we did the show with Tyler and we showed all this stuff, and he does have some interesting audio for sure. He had something actually come up and scratch the.
Yeah, he actually sent me pictures of what it looked like.
Yeah,
I don't know if did he pictures? Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know if you downloaded them or not.
I didn't download them for this one. No.
I might be able to show them. Hold on, let me see here.
Yeah, they're interesting. There's scratches all over. But he did get some other audio stuff that was a wood knock, and an owl responded to it. It's actually a pretty cool clip. It wasn't working for that live show, but
it's impossible to see. Hold on, maybe I'll be able to.
Yeah, I don't have it uploaded.
There's a single scratch right there. It's hard to see.
Yeah, we're gonna have a future videos and stuff. He said to go ahead and put out and
oh geez,
and show.
Yeah, that sucks.
Hey man,
it's like showing my laptop. Yeah, it's like a little bit. Hold on, let me just turn that off completely.
That's
it's a little bit of scratching in the bottom of it right there. Yeah, you can see that pretty well. Do like a zoom in or something, maybe.
Another audio clip or another clip.
Let me just get through the other one real quick.
I thought that one. No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, then this is the last one. There's like a big scratch right there. I'm like the whole thing's this big, you know.
All right, yeah, I'll upload the picture in a future show, and we'll show that.
Yeah, I couldn't show it that well, but you get the gist of it. There's scratches.
Yeah, we'll play that again, and we'll play this other clip. It's uploaded. They're about to be.
What's the next clip you're going to show?
Well, now it's saying it's too long, so.
Oh, really? Which one's too long?
I don't know. I think they probably have a certain limit on the data, like a certain megabyte or.
Oh,
maybe
yeah, that's
like
possible.
1 gig video. I'm not sure. I don't know. Or it's just having issues uploading to this.
What was the video you're trying to show?
Yeah. Basically, I'm gonna have to upload it when I'm not streaming.
Oh, what was the video though you were trying to
issue, I think.
Download?
That was the one.
What one though?
All right, I'll try a different one. We'll try this other one knock that me and you captured.
All right.
I don't know. It's having issues, man. I kind of over a little bit because I've had issues in the past, and I think there's probably better ways to do this and show stuff. Hmm. But yeah, some of the like, why do they do tree knocks and stuff? Who knows? Honestly, we really don't know. We have theories and stuff, and the opinions of, it's to alert others, letting know that they're in the area, knocking. Uh, some people think it's because a human is in the environment now. Um, obviously, a knock probably means something to them if they're meant to be heard by other Sasquatch. What they mean and what does one knock versus two knocks mean. I mean, that's all speculation. But at the very least, it's something they're paying attention to. It could be an alert thing. It could be a signal. So they seem to do it. And in Tyler's audio, it shows that there was, in fact, a stick being used. It broke apart and actually landed on the ground.
Yeah,
So,
what John Melland said in the comments, he said basically what I think is what it is in terms of knocking. It's just a
yeah,
communication, like to locate and alert each other or respond to another one nearby.
yeah. Basically, I mean, that's what everyone assumes that it is, based on what people witness and in the situation. But we don't really know exactly what the knock means and all that. But we can assume and presume that it's to alert or to communicate in some way. So yeah, it happens. I mean, we do get it. So we got another knock. This one is from that day that me and you had a lot of stuff happen to us, where stuff was thrown at us and we were hearing grunts and whoops and all sorts of weird things. So this is the tree knock that me and you got.
Well, there's a big pile of mess. They could have flipped around and stuff. Yeah. Well, there's a big pile of mess. They could have flipped around and stuff. Yeah. Well, there's a big pile of mess. They could have flipped around and stuff. Yeah.
Great times.
Yeah. We just got a tree knock, is what I said. Yeah, it happened right in the middle of our conversation. Me and you both heard it
Yep.
in broad daylight. And this
Yep.
is what started all of that activity that day. Is we actually tried to investigate this stuff, and stuff was happening around us. And
I
the
just
one
wanted
thing
to
is,
see what that tree was. Why it was
yeah,
falling over
exactly.
like that.
Being in
Or
those situations with. No, go ahead, James.
no, I was about to say, what would you say? You were about to say something. I interrupted you.
Having all this activity around us and stuff, and people are like, why don't you go after it, or why, how come it's not on film? And in those certain circumstances, you don't really want to push the envelope too much. You don't want to press your luck and run out of it. And I think that it's better to have a good, curious type of interaction, not of a aggressive type, because if they get used to you and they kind of like you and you're not aggressive and they don't take your actions as aggressive, you're probably going to have better interaction in the long run, and also probably safer too, because animals can mess you up. A dog can mess you up. A raccoon can mess you up. What do you think a Sasquatch is going to be able to do?
Rip you apart.
You don't want, yeah. You really don't want to push the envelope too much.
I mean, if it wanted to, it could rip you apart.
But you don't want to. You want to be able to come out of it. And I think that we're going to be able to catch more flies with honey than with vinegar. So we're going to be keeping doing this over the years and going to different spots and new spots and old spots, and they should be able to recognize us if we continue to go to these areas. And the better interaction we have, and maybe they like you, James. Maybe they like how scared you got in that area, and they're going to think it's funny to
have a conversation with one, or at least interaction, just talking to it.
Hey, if you could talk to a Sasquatch, wouldn't that be the day?
Yeah. Maybe we'll actually understand, what you're saying, because they watch humans all day. Maybe they understand eventually English.
You don't know. Yeah, some reports they can.
Maybe not just English, but if you're per se, there's a Sasquatch type creature on another continent, I guess. They can learn the languages off of other human interactions, and not just English. It could be any language from that certain country.
It's possible.
I don't know. It's possible.
It depends on how smart they are, and
yeah.
What's reported is that people, they seem to be able to say certain phrases or sentences or say people's names that they probably learned through observation. There's some reports that yes, they actually speak English fluently. I've never had a Sasquatch speak to me yet, so I don't know. But
me either.
I think what kind of interactions we could get by them actually getting used to us and actually liking us. Because if they don't like you, I mean, they're not going to show themselves to you, and they're not going to do stuff with you in a positive way, in a safe way too. But there's the potential that in broad daylight, if you have a good relationship and a respect, there's a potential that they could show themselves in broad daylight to you. And it's possible to get that on film. And that's probably the ultimate goal, is to get into these areas and get them used to us and looking for them and making sure they know that that's what we're out there doing, looking for them. Can hopefully build this type of relationship and in such a subtle way that we're the great apes and how chimpanzees were discovered and filmed and all that is through subtle interaction and having them come to us and in filming and stuff. Not, we do go out there and charge and blaze a trail and stuff, but there's certain circumstances where, when you're having this encounters, when you're face-to-face filming stuff, it might be better to pull back instead of continuing forward. I mean, it's all up in the air. Everyone's different, I mean, that's kind of how I feel and how I kind of want to go about things, because I think in the long run, if we can get them coming closer to us and not running away as much, maybe we can get some better evidence. And yeah, we'll chase them and stuff, what the heck, but as long as if you can convey that you're being a playful, like when I throw stuff back at these things, I try to make it a playful. I'm playing with them, I'm throwing it in a playful manner. I'm not swearing, I'm all mad and chucking it at them in an aggressive way. I'm doing the opposite. Hopefully that can convey that, play is very intellectual and smart, and it's how everything learns, because when you're babies and when you're a cub and you're a different animal, you play with the other siblings and stuff. You play to gain experience and stuff through what you need to do, which is the animal kingdom, fighting and practicing and learning and all that.
I
So
actually have a question.
but this is all stuff that is hopeful. I mean, maybe we won't get any of that. But what's up?
Do you think they are capable of quote unquote mind speak? And if they are, can they actually speak in English to you?
Well, if they can mind speak, yeah, they could, right? If they're mind speaking to you, they're making you understand whatever they're speaking through your language or whatever. I mean, that opens up a whole different door. And I'm kind of looking at things more naturalistic ways. And if one does mind speak with me one day, I will come on here and I will say, yes, mind speak is real, blah, blah, blah. It could be something else. There could be, maybe spirits, maybe, some other type of cryptid that is doing that, not necessarily Bigfoot. So you got to actually see the Bigfoot,
Side
there's a
question.
whole host of things that you could get into that could be doing that, and it's not just Bigfoot. But that does open a big door of. But we're gonna have Ron Moorhead on, and he talks about quantum Bigfoot and quantum mechanics, and the natural abilities and how our brains work.
Who's Ron
Our brains
Moorhead?
do give off waves, so we'll be
Did
getting
we
into
talk
that
about
with
Ron
him.
Moorhead before or no?
Have I talked with him before?
No, I'm saying, did we talk about him before on here?
Yeah.
Who was he again?
Yeah. He's the guy who captured the Sierra sounds.
Oh,
which are
yeah,
highly
that guy.
recognized
Sorry.
as-
Yep. Yep.
Okay, right.
I like. He sounds familiar, but I kind of forgot.
He wrote a book on, I think it's Quantum Bigfoot, which is basically quantum mechanics and scientific ideas explaining the more paranormal abilities of a Sasquatch, through like cloaking and whatever, going through the portals and all sorts of stuff, because you can, through quantum mechanics and science and all that, we are getting into stuff that we, even different light spectrums and stuff, we're learning. Every single day scientists are learning different stuff, so it's possible that there's more natural abilities that they're able to do. I think if they're mind speaking and they're aliens and they're telepathic and all this, I mean, why are they chucking sticks at us? You would think we'd have some different type of interaction that's not pretty basic, but yet they can mind speak and all that. I don't buy into that unless it happens to me. But what I think they have is a natural instincts about them, highly attuned instincts, that they can read a person. They can smell a person. A dog can sniff a person and it can tell, how healthy you are and what's going on and stuff like that. Intuition, their gut instincts, what they see and tell about a person and stuff like that. I mean, they rely upon a lot more instincts than we do. And if they're intelligent and they have these different emotions that we have on top of these ultra instincts, because they've been in the woods, it makes them intellectually, it makes them smarter in a way. They have more intelligence about them when they're in the woods than we do. Our intelligence of the woods is not what they have. So if they are humans and they have the language and they can communicate with us through normal, hominoid interaction with hand signals. I mean, you can go to a different country and not speak the language, and you can do hand signals and gestures and certain phrases and emotions and facial expressions to help
Yeah.
communicate. If they can do that with us, I mean, that shows high intelligence, humanoid intelligence, that could be considered real people, not animalistic tendencies, but you're run by instinct. As soon as you see the prey run away, you have to attack. When you're hungry, you have to devour something. Human intelligence is thinking and stuff. When your survival needs are met and you have food, shelter, and water met, and you're comfortable, then you can sit back and think. Animals, they don't do that. They always have to. They're always driven by what they need to do now in time. They're always hungry, thirsty. They don't sit down and think, contemplate and stuff. So these things evolve to sit and observe and watch stuff and grab the prey for opportunity and stuff. Then they're sitting back and they're thinking, like I said, and just promotes intelligence. So I do think they're very intelligent and they're always thinking and they're strategizing. So when you're out there and you're really trying to get them, I mean, it's
Tough.
It's not really possible. You're not really going to chase after a Sasquatch and successfully catch it. I mean, you're not going to catch up to it. If it wants you to see it, it's going to let you see it. I mean, you could get lucky. It happens. It does happen. So, but I think most interactions are going to happen because they want it to happen, and if they like you and recognize you a bit more, the better your chances are to have the opportunity to capture evidence. And that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna be here for a long time. You're kind of stuck with me. You're gonna be stuck with Chad too. And year after year, I hope to be able to present evidence. Hopefully James gets his stuff. Hopefully, Tyler gets more stuff. More of our members gets more stuff, and we can say, this is what James got. And we can show that, this, we're out there doing it. Because, that's what we're going to be doing. Hopefully through the years, these creatures actually get used to us, recognize us, like us. We get better evidence to show you guys. And the ultimate goal would be that, yes, they show themselves daylight footage, capture it, audio, multiple camera angles if possible, but get clear footage. And possibly have better interactions, maybe gifting and stuff. Not food, but, trading of stuff. We could get some of that stuff, actual stuff to present, we would have something. That's the ultimate goal, not run around there, chase, and try to hopefully have interaction. When we have interaction, we're going to try to build a relationship in a way. And it's hard. It's not like they're communicating, but if we can try to communicate that, we're friendly, we're playful, we know what you are, we're looking for you. Some of these indications might make them more open to mess with us more. And then that's evidence for us. The more evidence we can get, hopefully we can prove the species. But ultimately, okay, it's proven. Sasquatch is proven. Okay, cool. Now what? Well, now we have to document their behaviors. We gotta film what do they do every day. You go on National Geographic Channel, and you can watch and see the lions, what they do from sun up to sundown, and that's all filmed. We eventually, someone hopefully can film a group of Sasquatches and what they do. What are they doing when they wake up? What are they doing during noon? What are they doing at nighttime? If
That'd
you're
be
able
nice
to
to
make
know.
your group like you that much and you're able to film that the way that it's done and keep up with them and they actually let you follow them and stuff and you could film, I mean, that's going to be beyond when it's proven. It's getting footage like that. If they're human, then it's going to be communication. We're going to have to communicate with them. We're going to have to it's gonna be a big problem. They're gonna have human rights, right? Are they an animal or are they human? If they're human, they're gonna have human rights, and it's gonna be a big storm that's gonna just everything's gonna be crazy.
Isn't that the one reason why they don't want to say they're real?
Could be a bunch of reasons, but it doesn't seem like they're exterminating them either. So they manage them.
Yeah, they watch.
And they do. You hear that they call them and they send these people to go in and hunt them. I mean, I have no doubt about it. Our military is the best in the world. We got the best stuff, man. We're bad. Yeah, I mean, if there's reports unknown to the Republic, in government, and there's certain people sent to go take care of it, I'm sure that happens. Yeah. But the fact that there's a healthy population in Michigan and in other spots says that either their problem's out of control or it tends not to be a big issue, or we don't know. It's national security purposes. That's why it's not talked about.
Yeah, it might have to do with Nephilim.
You could deal with
like
whatever.
We've talked about several times.
That's the number one thing is all this national security and stuff. So whatever it is, it's for that purpose. So it must be something huge. If it was an animal, if it was like,
if they don't want anyone to know, it has
it's
to
just
be a huge problem.
it's just a dumb monkey out there. If it was that, I think it wouldn't be an issue. It'd be another animal that people would have to be aware about. But if it's a human type of creature with intelligence and maybe culture and maybe it can communicate, and that opens up a big door to human rights violations. You got to have habitat land for them. I mean,
Just a
it
whole
affects
lot of
billions
things.
of dollars and stuff. But I think there's more to it. There must be something else too. Because you could have an undiscovered race of people. Okay, well, they're a tribe of people. Like the lost tribes of the Amazons. Okay, well, I don't think that still would be enough to warrant all this cover up. Wouldn't they just set land aside for them? Well, yeah, they're Sasquatch. They're a tribe of people. A very, very primitive tribe. I think the public would accept that too. So why is it still hidden? Yeah, they're Sasquatches. They're like cavemen. Yeah, they live and we set aside land for them. I mean, I don't even think that'd be a big deal.
Not sure.
And that's all speculation and all that. I mean, we've got far off of the red eye shine and stuff, and there's more stuff to look through, and I'll be pumping out, and kind of been sitting back and trying to research this stuff too, because I was waiting for the documentary to drop before I could share this clip and stuff, and I knew I'd get flack for it. I mean, I know people would be saying owls, and you can look up the eye shine on Google. You're not going to find any video that shows exactly what's seen on that video of owls or anything. There's some nice pictures that have pretty good examples, but they're pictures, and there's some videos, but it's not the same thing. So,
I mean, it's good to try to debunk it, though.
No, it is. I hope someone. No, seriously, I hope we can figure out exactly what it is. If it's an owl, that's great, because now we can have a reference to look back upon when other people start getting eye shine, or more importantly, that kind of camera and color night vision, because that technology is going to come out more. Colored night vision is going to become better. It's going to become cheaper, more widely available. And so when we start getting these different colored eye shines, if it's proved to be an owl, at least we'll have an owl to reference. And if it's, still kind of stands as,
Who knows?
I hopefully it's going to be more of a Sasquatch. Hopefully, there's some bigger channels out there that have seem to be better software and can maybe pick it apart. Maybe they can find something. I'm always trying to do stuff, but I think just seeing the original video is more important. And I put the raw footage out there too, so it's not much. Like I said, it's one of those times, I got lucky filming whatever.
As long as you got something, at least. It's better than nothing.
Yeah, we're gonna, try to show more stuff on here, and this next year coming up, we're gonna get out there and hopefully have interaction. Hopefully have good interaction. Hopefully our stuff's gonna be turned on and recording. But winter's gonna be fun. December is gonna be pretty fun. We're gonna get out and work in the snow and try to find tracks, because that's going to be important. Follow tracks, cast the tracks, take pictures of the tracks, measure them in the snow. So the winter is a great time of the year to go out Sasquatching. There's a lot of reports still in the winter. And again, you should be able to find tracks. And that will be great because you should be able to follow them. And they're a lot easier to track in snow than in any other season. So the trouble part is finding the tracks. But I think we're gonna have we're gonna have a better year next year. I think we're gonna have some adventures, man. I feel it. I feel
Avengers.
it, man. Well, I don't mess around. I'm not messing around. I told people. I told Mark Zasky when I first talked to him and met him on the phone. We did a video interviews and stuff. I said, one day I'm gonna come see you and be down there, and we're gonna be presenting evidence. We're gonna be doing this passionately in the right way. And I did meet him in person and said, hey, here I am. And I plan to be in this subject and presenting stuff for years to come. Bro, you're going to be seeing stuff. You're going to be going places and doing stuff.
Speaking about presenting stuff, have you got invited to the Ohio conference? Maybe
invited?
Yeah, like to speak, or is that for big dogs?
Oh no, that's way big dogs. No, no, I got invited to speak at like a public library and stuff, but with the COVID and all that, they haven't really. Bigfoot's not on their priority list, so. But it would be cool to do that. Conferences are pretty fun and all that. It wouldn't be too bad of an idea to do it again and all that. But I like being out in the woods. I think it's more important to try to get the evidence, and I would invite people out to go with us, and people could potentially join the group too. But there probably have to be vetting.
There's multiple spots opened.
Yeah. But I mean, this is, we take it seriously and professional. You got to act professional. If you're not acting professional, you're not going to belong. There's certain things, I can be lenient on, and maybe but at a certain point, it's like, it's just, it's not going to happen. I don't tolerate it. I'm not going to. And, you can be kicked or it don't matter. I mean, that's just how it is. Because when you're out there, it's okay to horse around stuff, but you got to take the stuff professional. You got to know what you're doing. You can't be unprofessional out there. And there's certain people that just, unfortunately, as much as I like you, there's certain people that just not going to be cut out, or the group, because of one thing or another. It's
Do you
not.
want to give an example? Or no?
Yeah, if I think you're a freaking dumb ant out there and you act dumb and you act smart, you ain't getting in the group. I mean, if there's certain qualities and think that that you have and they could be potential, it's good. Yeah, I don't know. If I get a bad sense about you, then you're probably gone. Because my gut's usually right, and it's been right a number of times. But I think people who are interested and willing and show passion about this, or want to go out there and not afraid to go out there and do it, they have a good shot. More serious people, I don't, not the type of people we had who are no longer here, because it doesn't help anything, and it really sucks. But
I just came with
I wouldn't change it.
Actually, I'll just tell you after, but I'm gonna write this down. Top secret,
People suck. People suck.
No,
people,
it's not about that. It's like a completely different topic, but
Awesome. Yeah, I love it. I love to be in this subject and having these experiences, because it's going to go up and up and up. You're going to see more of us. Like I said, you're stuck with me. You're going to be stuck with James. You're going to be stuck with the Lost Cryptids Conservatory. We are going to give you guys evidence. We plan to go out doing this year after year. And hopefully, we can build up a resume of stuff that is like, here it is. So let's try to figure out, is it animals? Is it Bigfoot? If it's Bigfoot, let's get it out there. Let's get more. Let's get some comparable evidence across the country. I want to work with a bunch of researchers across the country. Let's get some more evidence. Let's compare this evidence to each other's. As a community and all these researchers, we got to step up, man. Like, it's been 50 years. It's been 50 years since Patty. Like, it's time to step up. It's time to get better evidence. I'm not perfect. I don't. It's not
been
easy.
50 years since the Patty film.
Yeah, or more. Yeah.
Oh, geez. There hasn't been any really good evidence besides that.
Yeah. I mean, come on now. It's getting to be the point where it's like, I don't want to wait another 50 years for another one. Like, come on now. And from my experience being with other researchers and even people who claim to be experts, there could be more that there could be a lot more that we could do, I think. 60. Is it 60 years then?
I'd also like to I probably shouldn't say that,
50,
but I'd like to go
years.
I'd also like to go west and maybe into Robert Kreider's area. I think that'd be cool to experience.
We're invited. If you want to go to Robert Kreider, I could tell him, hey, we'll volunteer on one of your crazy expeditions.
If it wasn't so far away, I would.
We would have to get down there, and he would take us for an adventure, no doubt about it. So
yeah. I was watching him his live stream with the Sheesh Watchers and him talk about his experiences, and I was just like, wow. In terms of what he experienced in his area. Yeah, I know, but he was talking about like the major ones, and I was just like very surprised.
Yeah. He's went after lost treasure, and has been contracted by people and private individuals to go after and look at into stuff, and so I
meant just Bigfoot related. I wasn't talking about everything else.
And Bigfoot related too. The other stuff's fascinating to me, but no, the Bigfoot stuff. He he has a place where, like it's for the big boys. It ain't no joke. The way he said they have it all like manipulated and set up in there, it's like it's no joke. If you do something wrong in there, you're not gonna make it out.
Yeah, I heard that
You
they
don't
like
want
threw a
them
rock
mad
at him once. He got a rock thrown at him and it hit him like right in the stomach or something like that. And
Yeah,
like
no,
ricocheted off his buddy.
Yeah, he has a lot of evidence. I mean, it's hard to get it out there and get it pushed and like seen by everyone and taken seriously, but he has a lot of stuff that most people have never seen. I know because I've never seen it. And
Yeah.
I try to find a lot of stuff. I try to look and see what is out there. And he has a lot of good stuff. It's unfortunate that it's not taken seriously, and he has taken stuff to the news. He's had college and universities do co-expeditions where he's along with them, and the news people have to censor the evidence because their head news person won't allow it to be broadcasted, and so they show a very short clip.
Oh, that sucks. Do you know what clip they were talking about on the news?
Yeah, it's on his YouTube channel. Yeah, you can watch it on his YouTube channel. He has a video of it, of explaining them and all that, or whatever. But yeah, that's just how it is. The subject's not taken seriously by the average people, and whenever it's in the news, it's laughed at, trolled.
Yeah, people just trying to make a quick buck. They don't really care about the subject.
Yeah, exactly. And that's unfortunate because usually the people who are doing that are not really doing the research. Like they're not going out there and doing the research. And you're not going to see us going into the bush, into these places. That, you're going to know that we're in the thicket. Not, oh, there's too many bugs. Oh, this really sucks. I don't want to really go that far in the woods. No. James will tell you. It's like, all right, James, we're going through the swamp. You either go with us or you're staying here by yourself. Most people go along.
It's been 54 years since a clear Bigfoot video. I mean, I know there's actual other Bigfoot videos out there, but they're not as clear as the Patty one. So, 54 years without like an actual clear video.
As real.
Yeah.
Patty is the only video that people will say, yeah, it's a real deal. All the other ones, you have a lot more people disagreeing on it. Patty has lasted 50 years. That video has never been proven to be faked. And that is some evidence that stands the test of time. And so that's another aspect of why it is real.
What's the Freeman footage?
Freeman footage is another pretty good film of a Sasquatch moving in front of a trail, and this guy films it. It's actually pretty big and looks pretty genuine, possibly carrying something.
I'll look it up real quick. I might have seen
it. You look it up, you watch it. I think it's the real deal. Now there's some controversy on Paul Freeman himself, whether he faked tracks or not, or in some instances or something, and other tracks are real and stuff like that. So there's people who say, the film's fake because of this other stuff, and I think the film is pretty genuine. It looks to be a pretty massive creature. And the way it moves, and the way it interacts, I think it's a Sasquatch.
Oh, is it Paul Freeman?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to find
Paul
it.
Freeman. Yeah. Yeah, it was shot in the 90s, I think, on VHS camera, and
Yeah, it looks pretty bad.
he's filming some footprints, and he looks up on the trailer and sees it, or he
I'm just
looks
gonna
up or wherever
take a
he's
look and
at.
see if I've seen it before or not. Because I've seen
Yeah,
a lot out
yeah.
there. I'm not sure which one, is which.
Most of the stuff captured today in the last few years has been fake. There's some stuff out of Russia that looks pretty genuine, but a lot of the stuff is fake. There's a red Bigfoot that like it's filmed running away, and then it's filmed
Hmm.
coming down a hillside at people, and it falls on its butt like a person over a stick that a Bigfoot couldn't jump over. Like, it's ridiculous, but a lot of people think it's real. A lot of people know it's fake. It just looks corny. But I hope to have discussions with some other researchers and different people and try to figure out and go through this footage and other evidence that we're going to present, because we got to come up with a new way to analyze evidence and better figure out stuff, and then just oh, it's that because you say it. I mean, there's a reason why I'm saying it's a Sasquatch, because we have interaction. People saying it's an owl. Hopefully we can find out and see if it's an owl in there.
Yeah, exactly. All right. I think I might have finally found it, hopefully.
But there,
Oh, is it a picture or is it a video?
it's a video.
What the hell? I mean, what the double H? Someone just texted me in like Spanish. I don't recognize this number.
That was random.
Yeah, I don't know what this is. All right. Well, I wouldn't say the Paul Freeman one is clear.
Honestly, lately I've been working on audio.
What?
I'm gonna send you a recording. I thought I got stuff, but I want to get your opinion on it. It could be nothing.
Wait, what's up?
Yeah, shot with a better camera. That's for sure. It was shot with the better camera than the Patterson films, so it's a lot more clear. Today's standards, though, it's not that clear.
I guess the video I found wasn't that great.
I'm sorry.
Hold on.
No,
I
think the Paul Freeman footage is pretty legit. I'll send you a link or something to it.
All right.
I used to have the clip in my computer because I.
Yeah, I tried to find it on YouTube, and there wasn't like a single video on it, just like a picture of people talking about it.
He's another researcher. Yeah, he does what is it, Squatch Detective podcast or something, and in the Miller Papers. The Miller Papers are interesting, and a lot of people don't think it's real because they can't find the guy's name in whatever university he was from, right? Well, there's the story I heard, and one of these guests will tell you if we get into it with him. Will
what are the Miller Papers?
The Miller Papers is some documents that was found supposedly in was in an attic or something, and it talks about a supposed I don't know if he's a medical doctor or some type of doctor or whatever, scientist. He talks about finding a Bigfoot body, examining it, and talking about different properties and stuff like that, and was supposedly working at a university, and people can't find his name at any university, so therefore they say it's faked. But the story I was relayed is, people who work for the government and CIA, especially during that time period, worked in colleges and, bought and paid off college professors and recruited recruits from colleges and for testing and all that. But
Oh, you think he might have a
fake
different name? Yeah.
fake name is not uncommon.
That's possible.
And
Yeah.
some people think it was a fake name given. It could be a government report that got leaked. And if the information on there is right, it does lean towards some of these paranormal aspects. I think it said it was some healing regenerative properties to the body or something like that. I think there's a little section of that in there. I think some of it said they have an unquenchable appetite towards flesh and blood and stuff like that, and that humans can't coexist with them and on that. But if you can read the Miller reports, you can get the document off online, and there's people who do podcasts, showing why it's fake or why they think it's real. But I think we'll probably wrap up the live stream though.
Yeah, that number that texted me is actually a Florida number. I'm pretty sure it's spam. Yeah. No, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, we're gonna shut down the stream though. I'm kind of feeling it's about almost 3 hours anyways. I've been blabbering away.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have more videos coming out and stuff to show. There's actually in that video with the red eye shine, there's actually some other shine or something going on that some people are catching. I didn't mention it in the description because I wanted other people to catch it, and I don't really think it's Bigfoot related. I'm gonna hopefully try to show that and or maybe because there's timestamps of people saying they seen this and they seen that. So this week I'll spend looking through that and hopefully we can look at it better. But there's some other greenish glow on the left if you look, which could be
yeah, I saw that in the video. I was like, what the heck?
Yeah, I don't really think that's Bigfoot related. I think that could be. I really don't know. I haven't looked at it in as much as I would like to yet, but that could be from a bird. That could be from, something, a bug, or I don't know. But maybe it's orb or something. I don't know. Obviously, it's not whatever that was. So, and I did not see that green thing with the naked eye.
Oh, wow, that's peculiar.
No, I don't react to it. I don't remember seeing it. I didn't see it. I see that red eye shine though, but it could be a glare, a glint, a reflective off some type of surface or something too. So
I'm not sure about that,
but well, that's just again, we're gonna look into that a lot more and see what's there.
Yeah.
Get some opinions on it because it is interesting. And
did you go back during the day and do a recreation of where you saw it?
No, I didn't have. We didn't have the opportunity. Unfortunately, that
That would have been a
that
great
was the
thing
very
to
last
do.
day. The very
So
last
you
night.
could
That was the very
so you could have
last
like
time anyone
compared the
allowed.
height of it.
Well, we did walk up right there, and we did glass with thermal, and it was about 8 foot up. And with the tree we're standing by and where it was by didn't have any limbs, but all the trees behind it did have limbs. And I'm not sure what kind of trees they are. I'm gonna relook at them, but um, I don't know. It doesn't look like an owl could really fly, but out of there. It could have flew left, and I should have got it on film or should have seen it because
Yeah,
there's an
exactly.
opening right there. But it's
And
just weird.
usually if you're out there and there was an owl, you would have heard it doing some type of call, probably. I mean, they do stay
Yeah,
silent sometimes,
in the
but
raw footage,
you,
I make a comment that we hear an owl, but it's in
oh, you
total
did.
opposite direction.
Okay.
Yeah, when we get out of the car and stuff, I actually say, there's an owl. We hear a who or something. There's a number of owls up there too. Well, but this came in the opposite direction, and we walked the other way. So, I mean, there are animals out there, but the fact that we were hearing stuff walking by us parallel, and they continue to follow us, makes me lean towards Sasquatch on top of the interaction we had during the week, and it was close by this area. Hopefully when we go back, they're going to recognize us. We're going to go to the spot. Maybe we'll have better interaction, be better prepared, and
If you bring the same device too, maybe they'll recognize that and be like, "Oh, it's you guys."
well, unfortunately, I don't think that particular device will not be there. But I believe other people have similar devices where they actually have the same device and all that. So we can only hope that hopefully we can get some type of evidence to show that and prove one way or another what it is. Yeah, I'll probably, maybe depends on how I feel, but I'll probably jump into and see what it is a lot more better this time around. I have kicked myself in the foot over that dozens of times after this, and we have chased after stuff, but like you said, I think catching these things with honey and not vinegar is the way to go.
I do have another question,
Jimmy's down
actually.
there. Jimmy goes out a lot, so they should recognize him, and hopefully one day he will actually get some evidence because he's always out there. So,
my other question is, how long did you guys stay out there once you saw the eye shine?
We stayed out there for a little while after that, but we didn't stay out there more than.
Did anything
I would
happen
say
after the
probably
eye
another
shine?
half hour to an hour.
Did any other activity
After that,
happen
we
after
didn't
that?
really.
Or?
No, it really didn't. Nothing much was happening.
Oh. All right. Just checking because I didn't really say in the video after that. After you got that evidence, if anything else happened or not.
Because at first, we did stay out there and we did investigate around there, and nothing else happened. We were in a flooded area that wasn't actually flooded. So different parts of the year, that place is actually flooded pretty big. It looked like some of it was like 2 foot where you could see where it used to be flooded. We went out there, investigated, but nothing else happened, and the can't charge that camera and film at the same time. So here I am trying to charge it and trying to get back up and running, and it's giving us problems. In Florida, the humidity and the water in the air is a lot, and I don't think that camera liked it. And there was other devices that were having issues. I know. But, it was a learning experience. So yeah, there's things I would change to do better next time. And I mean, it's hard. It's not like we can make them to have a camera and continue to have stuff happening, but there's audio and there's different stuff. So I think Kerry in 168, he'll present that more in the next one, and hopefully show the evidence and get those clips out there individually, and because I think there's some great stuff to go over and look at. So
Yeah. Do you know when the next one's coming out?
not for a while.
Oh, okay.
Probably a couple more months, I'd say.
Oh, that long. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. I mean, it's not easy. People think it's easy just to crank up, and you can, but
Well, yeah, I know that. I just didn't know if they
you're
went
really
through
trying to look
everything
through
yet
all
or
the
not.
evidence you got. Huh?
I just didn't know if they went through everything yet before they even released the first one, so they could do a week or something like that.
I don't know. That's all on him.
Are they just doing it like on a day basis, basically?
I know I sent him that red eye shine clip because it was like, I don't know if he had found it. There's a lot of stuff to go through, and it's like, so here it is, because I have it. The footage I kept was able to copy from all the devices I shot from. I have, but no, there's a lot of stuff to go through. I mean, you're talking about hours in audio and video, and so when you film something, it's like, hey, I filmed this red eye shine. It was on this device, and so when he looks into that device and stuff, he looks and there's like, well, there's 7 different, videos from this device, and what video file is this thing on? It's like, okay, well, I don't know. You could look through all of them. Now you have to watch, 15, 20, an hour long video to get about a minute's worth of evidence.
Exactly.
So, I mean, it's not like he has a bookmarker to every single time frame of all the evidence that was captured. So,
yeah,
I
you
mean,
got
it's a
like
process.
a lot of stuff to go through. Yeah.
And he works, he works in the oil business. I know he said he was working like 7 days stuff. So, yeah, his schedule seems to be, he works for a couple months, works for multiple weeks, and then gets a couple weeks off.
Ah, okay.
And so that schedule, you don't have time to go scouting through the videos. When you're not working, you want to, call the family, you want to eat, you want to rest, relax a little bit. So it's hard, man. So, Kerry's going to get it done when he gets it done. And 2 terabytes, 2 terabytes worth of data and information to go.
That sounds horrible.
And then you get uploaded to edit it and stuff, and now you have like a
and sometimes you have to convert the files to a certain thing.
Yeah,
like that file you gave me, that was some weird file for the audio, and I had to convert it to a wave. I had to cut it up 4 times just to be able to render it as a wave file. It was just 18 hours worth. Yeah.
Yeah, 18 hours worth of stuff to go through. And there's some tricks that we can go through it fast, and you can look at and get to really go through it. You actually have to sit down and listen to it, because there's certain things that you can only catch when you hear it. Even if you analyze it on the spectrogram and you have a method to go through it.
Louisiana Patriot put a comment saying, isn't NVTV working on the last production for them? For Kerry? Or is that classified?
I never heard about that.
I don't know.
He said something about a production. I don't know.
I have no idea, so I'm just relaying the message.
I don't know. All I know is I'm going to take it seriously, and I expect everyone else who's around me down there be taking it seriously because I know I will be, and we're not gonna be messing around next time. So
Oh, were you messing around
I guess
before?
there's gonna be like 40 people going, and
You say
you know
40
it's gonna
people?
be
Jeez.
well, yeah, it's gonna be 40 people going next time
How
for
many was it last time?
logistics, cameras, food.
Oh,
I mean,
how many people was it last time? Like 20 or?
uh, something like that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the exact number.
Jeez, that's a lot of people being in one area. Won't the Florida people get suspicious?
Well, yeah, well, you would think that, but honestly, there's tons of area to go through. I mean, you go miles, and um, no, I think a lot. It's gonna, it's gonna be a grand adventure, and hopefully, we're gonna get some better interaction and stuff around camp, and have different stuff set up, and hopefully, archive it in a way that's easier to go through. But regardless, it's gonna be a lot of information. That one's gonna take a long time too to be going through. So.
I
But the one thing about it is Kerry is dedicated, so I give him that. He is definitely dedicated, and uh, he takes it seriously, and I like that. I take it seriously, and this next one was when you're there, it should be considered a job, not a camp out. You're there to work. It's like a real job. We should take it seriously.
professionally.
Yeah, hopefully we can get more people having that mindset and performing that because that's when we're going to get better evidence. So,
One more question. Sorry.
no, go ahead, James.
Oh yeah, okay. On that audio, about Sarah singing that you couldn't download.
Mm-hmm.
Which one were you trying to
Mm-hmm.
download? Was it the
It's because it's an audio file.
Oh, okay, yeah.
No, yeah,
Because
StreamYard
I
won't
sent you
upload
I
it
sent you
because
two of
it's an
them.
audio file.
I sent you two of them,
Yeah,
so I don't know which one.
I have both of
Because
them. I was going to use both of them.
one of them's just like the scream, and then the other one is like me doing the call and then getting the response. So I didn't know if you, because it's like really
I
loud
was
when
going
I
to play
do
them
it.
both.
So
Yeah, no, we're going to blast the audience's ears, make
yeah,
your eardrums bleed with your amazing call. And that's why you're the caller kid, because your
yeah.
famous trademark call
For
seemingly gets
wakes up
responses.
the woods. Yep.
Now maybe that doesn't do it all the time, but you got some pretty good responses enough to where you've got a nickname, and you're one of our tools we whip out of our bag. Hey James, make your
Yep.
call. So
I'm just another tool.
it works. The point that it works, and I think for years to come, maybe it'll be the new famous Bigfoot call people make. But
I
no,
think
seriously, James,
yeah, I think mine's the one I made
you
is
actually you
based
got
off of
something
Bobo. I
going for
think
you.
I think I did it based off of Bobo's.
Yeah, you've always remarked how you were taught by Bobo on finding Bigfoot, and it works,
I
man.
really
It's worked for
was.
you. I've
Yeah.
witnessed it. We use it. Honestly, I think you're gonna get more evidence from it too, man. I mean, you keep getting stuff. So whatever you're doing, it's working. So
Yep. Surprising. It really is.
hey, that's great, man. Hopefully they
All right.
recognize you and they like you, and like I said, we get this interaction going because we need to get to a new level and not where we're at. We're stuck. We're kind of stuck in this stagnant water, and I'm sick of it. We need to get to a flowing water where we get better, fresh ideas and a new path.
Yep.
So, all right, everyone.
All right.
Thank you for
Well,
watching the show. Really appreciate it.
Looks like we're out of time. Check my watch.
Thank you, James. Yeah, I'm just tired. I'm ready for bed.
I'm pretty tired too.
I'm ready
yeah.
for bed. That's the honest thing.
Yeah, I've been up since
we did
6,
3
7,
hours.
8.
We used to do 2 shows.
Yeah, I've been
I
up
used to do
since
2 shows a week.
6 or 7. So
An hour. They were. Yeah, now we're doing 1 show a week. That's like 3 hours long. So
yeah, not on purpose. It just happens.
it's the basically the same amount of time, but we just do 1 show. So it's easier that way in the dad life that I live with these toddlers that are amazing, and I love them, but they are crazy and loud. Tell you what, but it's fun. I wouldn't trade it for anything else. And future Squatch buddies and partners. So there's always that. So that's why I change the time, change the schedule, whatever happens. It's usually because of that. So now we do the late show, which is 11 o'clock. They're in bed. So.
Yes.
All right, guys.
Do you have like a soundproof room or something? Like
No, I'm I'm in my office right now. So
okay. I'm like, how are they sleeping?
no, the secret is they're in bed.
Oh, okay.
But no, I mean honestly, if yeah, there might be times where I might actually have to go out there and help and settle down the kids because it might get a little too rowdy for the woman, and
Yeah.
they listen to dad a lot better than they listen to mom. So sometimes, so there might be times where, yeah, I might have to jump off and I might be the only person on, and but it is what it is. I don't care. It's my show. Deal with it. If you don't want like it, you don't have to watch. I mean, hey, it's my kids. I really don't care. So their needs come first. So, but so yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Yep. I appreciate it. Is that all, James? We good? We good to go?
Oh, yep. I'm good. No more questions. No more comments.
Hey, man. I like messing with you, man. You're a good guy, and I have a feeling we're gonna get some good evidence over the years. So people better get used to us.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys on the next show. Hopefully.
We'll see you on the next side. See you guys later.